You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays to everyone. I'm Kaden. I'm here with my co-host.
You know what it is. It's a Commissioner Trill Dollar Bill. What's happening, yo?
And this is G, the ayahuasca whisperer. What's good?
Hey, listen. We do not know where Ned the TBE is. We don't know what happened. He left G's house immediately after finding out the results of the AJ fight, and we haven't seen him since. But word on the street is in honor of the gift that Ned the TBE received in the Deontay Wilder defeat. He decided to try ayahuasca last night, and that could be a reason why he's not here. All right, so let's see who's in the building. Mental health expert in the building. Salute. Alexander Sankey in the building. Salute. Dom the God. Let's go. We ready. We ready. KTH for life was in here early taking shots at G. I saw that. Salute to you, my brother. Mo in the building. The grow under the stairs. Okay. You growing ayahuasca under them stairs, probably. The champ 2105. Salute. I saw Rachel in the building as well. Salute. I want to give a shout out to Rachel, the boxing sis, by the way, because she called it. I remember she picked Parker and she said that she thought Parker was going to beat Deontay Wilder. So that was a great call.
All right, she got that. All right.
My man, what is this? Ignatius said he was waiting on Chef G. All right. We got Sniper Ray in the building. My man Andre Ward's freshly licked lips, and also known as the White Howard is straight. I believe that's both of his accounts.
What's going on, Boxing Bros? What's the word? I see it. All the fam in here. All the fams in here. You got the growing kids in here. You got Dom the God in here. You got Alexander in here. You got Robert Bailey in here. Mo in here. You got Walker, KTH for life in here. You got the whole squad in here. Merry Christmas to you too. And damn, everybody's in here. Everybody's tuned in. Everybody's locked in. What's going on, sis?
Everybody's here except TBE.
Yeah, that's what's up. It's good to see everybody, man. Hey, thank you, man. The girl under the stairs, GLO, man. You know, we're gonna chop it up.
Oh, yes. By the way, the girl under the stairs, that's what's up. Happy birthday, Trill. Trill celebrated a birthday recently. Yeah. So if you can, show my bro some love.
Yeah, it's all love. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Trill's birthday runs until Christmas.
Yeah, you know, straight through.
No, I did not shed a tear, but I was highly disappointed.
G tears for sale. Where's TBE?
Thank you. Much love. Thank you, everybody.
TBE
I really
probably
appreciate
out there packaging orders of G tears right now, shipping them off.
Everybody. Hello, Prince.
Yo, Brick Top One wants to know, how did you cope, G? We ain't gonna get into that.
Listen, man, it's cool. It's whatever, man. Listen.
Hey, yo, when it comes to ayahuasca, just call me the plug. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
just call me the plug. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. I mean, I'm about to set up the first one. I don't know where Ned the TBE is, man, but I know a lot of y'all.
TBE's on tour right now. He's on this celebration tour.
Yeah, he's somewhere, but I know a lot of y'all said y'all have something to do. I saw one of our bros said, "Come on, man, I'm trying to watch this before I have to assist with the kitchen duties." So we know it's the holidays.
They put you on the collard greens. They got you on the collard greens, baked macaroni and cheese.
Watching the Parker fight on loop. You know
you know what I mean? What I'm just saying, there's a lot of bias, and I'm waiting because last time Deontay lost, he blamed Mark Brillin. But this is 2 times under Malik, and he ain't accused him of nothing. I'm just saying. I'm just
Malik just, it's your moment. You survived the hurdle. This is your moment.
I'm talking to them like they on OnlyFans.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, the tweet I saw that was hilarious. It was like Malik Scott turned Deontay Wilder into Malik Scott. Yo, it was hilarious. All right. You know, I don't think we can wait any longer. It's time to start the show. The first topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is the Bronze Bomber forgot to detonate. Okay. And so before I throw it to one of the brothers on our screen, our big bro, Big Mo, who's been on this show, he has his own channel as well. Subscribe to Big Mo. He gave us a video of what he had to say. And I do want to put up that video right now so we can all take a look and see what Big Mo had to say. So if you give me a second, let me pull this video up. All right.
Hey, what up, Boxing Bros? What up, fight fans out there, man? Shout out to the Bomb Squad. We took a bad one. Yesterday, man. We took a real bad one. I feel like the fights with Tyson Fury took a lot out of Deontay, man, and I don't know that he's gonna be able to recover, man, from those 3 fights. Then yesterday, he took a beating yesterday. It wasn't as extensive as the Fury fights, but he took a beating yesterday, man. And salute to him, salute to Joseph Parker and everybody else. I guess we're not gonna see that Wilder Joshua fight, but you know what I'm saying? He did all he could, man. But at this point, it might be time for him to hang it up, man. I think the accumulation of punishment is starting to take a toll on him. But I don't know, man. I wish I could be there today. I'm out, man. You see what day it is. It's the 24th. I'm out doing a bunch of last minute tying up some loose ends, man. I ain't get a cut, ain't shave, none of that. But you know, it is what it is. Peace out, y'all.
So that's our big brother, Big Mo, you know, giving his take on the fight and what he witnessed. All right, so get this off the screen. All right, here we go. All right, so now I'm gonna turn it over to Trill Dollar Bill. What was your reaction, man?
I wrote some stuff down. While I was watching the fight. I was like, JP is back, baby. More checks. You know what I'm saying? I was like, set it up right now. Parker versus Dubois. You know what I'm saying? That's the next one. Set it up right now. Andy Lee was magnificent in the corner of Parker. I was high on him as a fighter when he was middleweight champ, one of Emmanuel Stewart's pupils, and I'm high on him as a trainer. Parker brought the fight to Wilder and kept him on his back foot. Wilder cocked his hand in the beginning of the match like he was cocking the gun back. but I guess his gun was on safety because it wasn't firing like I thought it would be. He was real timid in the fight. He got outdogged by the true gentleman of the sport, JP. Wilder got frustrated and started throwing him a fist, and JP pitched a shutout. And he pitched the shutout, and his mentor Tyson Fury couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? JP had the look in his eye. You know what I'm saying? That fresh fish on the line. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was
fresh
not
fish on the line.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was not going to be denied. You know what I'm saying? Look, I thought JP was finished. I apologize, JP. I thought after the beating you took from the Juggernaut, I thought you didn't have nothing left. He was like, no, Trill. You know what I'm saying? I got much more in the tank. You know what I'm saying? And bring on the checks. Bring on Zhang. Bring on Dubois. You know what I'm saying? He's here to stay. Shout out to JP.
All right. So now we're going to turn it over to the man who needs no introduction, especially on this topic. Y'all been waiting for him. Here he is. Without his shield complex to protect him. Conspiracy.
Yeah, but just to let everybody know that Complex actually did log on earlier, but he couldn't stay because he's traveling. So salute to Complex. Hopefully we'll get him on another show. In regards to Wilder versus Joseph Parker, all right, I owe Joseph Parker an apology. You know, he hasn't been my favorite boxer in a long time. And I didn't think he had the willpower to take it to Wilder like he did yesterday. So, you know, I think I owe New Zealand a salute and my apologies. You know what I mean? So, Joseph Parker, you got that. In regards to Deontay Wilder, I actually have to agree with Big Mo. Unfortunately, I think it's over for Wilder now, you know, for a number of reasons. And I promise y'all I'm not delusional. I always knew Wilder couldn't box. But last night he showed me he no longer even knows how to fight. It's one thing to not know how to box, but you can still, like, you know, pull it off and land the right hand and do something. His bread and butter, he couldn't even execute that. You know, so yeah, we MD, we definitely eating Tuscaloosa, Alabama Wild Wings. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Ned. You know, yeah, man. Wilder just, man, he dropped the ball, man. And well, it just bothers me because this was supposed to be that build up for AJ Wilder at the beginning of next year. And this dude, man, it's like, yo, he literally was doing moves that told me he literally forgot how to box. He was like, I'm like, what's going on? You don't understand your distance. You don't understand your reach. Yo, he was doing a lot of things. Yo, it was
making Mr. Windmill and Wilder.
Yeah, I would take the Windmill Wilder over this version of Wilder. And then, every time they went to his corner, I'm like, what is Malik going to say to Wilder to activate Wilder's killer instinct or whatever?
All I hear is his Chico stick legs. I'm sorry, I'm just ad-libbing. Go ahead.
Hey, Malik goes, like,
that's a ghetto candy, by the way. Whoever said that is straight from the hood. The Chico.
That's Mr. T. That's Mr. T.
That was right my favorite back in the day.
I love Chico sticks.
You know what I mean? But he goes to the corner. I'm like, yo, what they about to say? All he hears Malik. Yo, and this is like that round where Wilder almost got dropped. Wilder's lumping back. And Malik's like, all right, you overcame the hurdle. You overcame the hurdle. I said, what? I would have been smacking Wilder in the corner like, yo, wake up, son. Like, yo, there's millions at stake. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wilder was just chilling. And then, salute, the only thing I can give Wilder is at least he made it to the final bell. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? But he got smacked every round. Literally every round was despicable. And he had the nerve to raise his hand. I said, what hand you raising? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it was crazy. It was crazy. And then he got all disappointed. Like, I'm like, yo, fam.
He tried to Corey Spanks that. You know what I'm saying?
If they would have gave him that victory, bro, I would have gave up boxing for real. I'd have been like, yo, this is madness. You know what I'm saying? But at least the judges made the official, obviously, most obvious call. You know what I mean? But then another thing that bothered me is at the end of the fight, when Wilder had the nerve to get on that microphone and say, yeah, you know, I was taking ayahuasca. Yo, listen, I know people that took ayahuasca. They throwing up everywhere. They having all kind of hallucinogen, all kind of like psychedelic dreams. Like, bro, I don't think any professional boxer should be on ayahuasca. You know what I mean? So I'm listening to him. I'm like, yo, are you serious, fam? And then, yo, this was the kicker for me. Yeah, you know, it was my daughter's birthday. I said, hold on, bro. I know you was gonna dedicate that performance to your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're in training camp. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's done, man. I'm gonna be honest. And trust me, I'm looking for any reason to be like, nah, Wilder could bounce back, right? A lot of people are like, oh, it could be due to inactivity. Even being inactive, that performance is just unexplainable. It's like you can't justify forgetting how to punch, forgetting how to throw a jab. He didn't know how to hold. He didn't know how to do anything in the ring. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I think what he was thinking was like, I'm just going to move around the ring and then hopefully just land a lucky punch somehow. That was cute, but, you know, Parker and his team, they understood the assignment. And Wilder, I don't know if Wilder was just thinking, yo, Parker's, you know, he's done goods. Like I'm going to violate Parker, so I don't even got to really try. I don't know what was in his mind, man. It could be still some ayahuasca residue in his brain telling him he's winning. But, man, I'm just being honest with myself. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
finally.
I'm just saying. No. I've always been real. Like, Wilder's not the best boxer. We all know that. It's like, he can't deny that. But what separated him from a lot of guys, it was his killer instinct. He doesn't have it anymore. And he seemed too comfortable. He seemed too happy at the end. Like, he's talking about his family and I don't know what's the next step. When you start talking like that, that tells me you're not built for this no more. You know what I mean? So, man, yo, AJ, listen, AJ, you the only one left, bro. AJ, you disappeared, son. I'm telling you, I'm done with heavyweight boxing. I'm joining trail with the little boys. You know what I'm saying? Because
whoa.
yeah, that kind of crazy. Whoa.
Hey,
That sounded
man.
crazy.
Hey,
hold on.
Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me.
That sounded crazy. The lighterweight division. I'll talk about
he threw me in there too. He threw me in there.
Oh
my
my
bad.
God!
That sounded crazy. Yeah, that's the worst pause. Even TBE ain't never had a pause like that. My bad, people. But I'm just saying, man. The heavyweight division, my fear is this. And maybe it's coming on a little rant, but I have to say this.
GFC.
You gotta put me in this mess.
Nah, but on the real though, like the Wilder AJ saga, right, is what built the heavyweight division right now, right? Everybody wanted to see that. It was even more intriguing than Undisputed. All they had to do was just win these two fights. But Wilder dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? So then now it's like, yo, what's next for Wilder? Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, me as a huge Wilder fan, I'm like, I don't even want to see Wilder in the ring no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even let's just say Wilder is a threat for the top 10 dudes. The top 10 could be like, yo, I don't even want to fight Wilder. He's past his prime. They could just starve him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Wilder's gonna have to probably fight a couple more like bus drivers, Uber drivers. And at this point, it's like, bro, you're 38, man. We don't want to see you like cruise anymore. It's like your chance right now is to be with the big boys. I wanted to see Wilder against AJ, Wilder against Usyk. You know what I mean? Now it's like, yo, Wilder, just go home to your kids, man. It's all right, bro. Like, I don't even think people gonna disrespect you. It's just like, yo, hey, man, you gave me enough entertainment where I could still respect Wilder, but nah, he don't belong at the top of the heavyweight division.
All right. In light of what G said, I do want to remind the people that Nayoa Inoue is fighting on December 26th, which is a Tuesday. He is fighting, and we are going to do the predictions for Inoue's fight later. With that being said, I just need a moment. Excuse me. I need y'all to bear with me because since 2015, I had to deal with an obnoxious, unruly, conspiracy and complex. And if you think this is a game, I will call Stretch right now. You can tell by G's face. I will call Stretch right now. And he can tell you 5 a.m. would wake up, texts from G, like G would have texted a group chat with articles and all this stuff trying to argue about Wilder being deserving 50-50 with AJ or Wilder being better than AJ. Complex and G. Oh, Wilder would spark out AJ. Discrediting AJ, bigging up Wilder, and y'all saw a lot of that. Remember how so one of the things that grew this channel was the audits of Deontay Wilder, if you recall. How the audits came about, if you don't remember, back when we used to do this show in person, I actually sat there and watched G and Complex brag about Wilder being the hardest puncher in boxing history, giggling, dapping each other up, like, oh, no one can take a Wilder right here. Remember that? Annoyed the absolute hell out of me. And I said to them, I said, you guys realize he's knocking out bums, people who have a day job, everything, and they're laughing like, well, who else has the ratio? No one has the percent ratio. To the point where I got so mad, and plus it was during quarantine, so I had a lot of time during quarantine because the courtrooms were closed and they were trying to figure out how they were going to move cases along. So I had a lot of time. I sat back and went through Wilder's resume extensively. Remember, it's often imitated, never duplicated. Since I've done Wilder's resume, I've seen so many other channels try to do Wilder's resume, but they have never done it like me, okay? And I did it strictly because I needed to show, like actually show G and Complex that Wilder's resume was absolute garbage. Never forget, and I mean this, never forget that Wilder actually fought the real life Danger. For those of you who don't know who Danger is, if you see $1 Million Baby, there's a man in $1 Million Baby who goes to the gym. Yeah, he has a mental disability. He still thinks Thomas the Hitman Hearns is the welterweight champion of the world. And then Wilder really beat a dude like that. You think I'm lying? Go watch the audits again. I showed you. When you see this dude, you're like, they should not. How do they sanction this fight? Those were the type of dudes Wilder was knocking out. And when Wilder knocked out Danger, G and Complex would jump up and do cartwheels. So remember, that is how the audit started. I wanted to lay out the foundation to show everyone, yes, Wilder has all these knockouts, but he's not knocking out high-level competition. But that didn't matter to G, and that didn't matter to Complex. You want to know why it didn't matter to them? I'm going to tell you. They didn't even watch it. They never watched it. When I would say, Complex, did you watch the audits? He never watched it. When I asked G, did you watch the audits? He never watched it.
You know I watched it. Why are you even saying this? You know
You
I watched
it, G?
Yes, I watched it. Man, come on, son. And then I watched the remainder of it when you called me out on it. So
everybody watched the edit. You know what
and
I'm
I still didn't care. It still don't matter. It still didn't care.
So I still find it hard to believe. This is just me. I just want to tell you. I met G back in college. Well, I knew G since high school, but we really became friends, like brothers in college. And the guy I know, the intelligent guy I know, couldn't watch those audits and still think Wilder. Still think that Wilder was that dude. I mean, I find it very hard to believe. But I don't want to call my man a liar right here, so I'm going to take his word for it. But all that to say, that's how angry these dudes used to make me gassing up Deontay Wilder, that I created a whole series A whole series pleading with these guys to see the fraud for what he was. And they never could. Okay, if you think that was it, I want to apologize to Trill Dollar Bill and everyone, because now, from this point on, it's just hits mania. You know what I'm saying? It's just about to be, I just need to get these points off, pause, right now. So remember this. I stated the fighters from the UK, and although New Zealand isn't a part of the UK anymore, you know, the fighters who aren't based in America don't see Deontay Wilder as a threat. They see him as food. They see him as overrated. They see him as a hype job. And I pointed that out to G and Complex and everyone prior to this fight, prior to the fight with Fury I did, but also to this fight with Joseph Parker. Remember, this was the second time Deontay Wilder was going to be entering the ring with a hungry fighter who didn't see him as this hype job, the hype job that America promoted him as, right? So I pointed that out. And it showed. While Joseph Parker wasn't intimidated by Deontay Wilder, Joseph Parker didn't buy into the hype. Joseph Parker said, if you're that dude, you got to prove it to me. Now, advertised as the man with the devastating right hand, advertised as the hardest puncher in boxing history, but he never really had Joseph Parker in danger, and he never really caught Joseph Parker. Keep in mind that the slowest fighter in the heavyweight division today, Joe Joyce, actually sparked out Joseph Parker, and Deontay Wilder could not. Think about that. Think about that. The slowest fighter in the heavyweight division, you know, we all sit here, oh, slow Joe, sparked out Joseph Parker. Deontay Wilder couldn't do it. And so another thing I want to point out was, remember this too. We pointed this out. After the Fury fight, we pointed out how Deontay Wilder was inactive. He only had one fight that damn near looked staged. And remember, I wouldn't put it past Deontay Wilder to stage a fight, because we all know about that diving session that he got with Malik Scott. Malik Scott, the dive instructor, where he knocked out Malik Scott, right? So he gets beat down by Fury twice. One time, Mark Brilliant throws the towel. And although I'll give it to Wilder, Wilder says he wants to go out on his shield, right? But there's that picture of Wilder that surfaced on the internet when Fury's coming to stop him, and his eyes look like this. He looked like he saw an alien, right? And then in the trilogy, he gets knocked out cold in the 11th. We always said those are the type of beatings where someone is never the same. Someone, it's hard for them to recover, right? He has the fight with Robert Helenius, and trust me, we was there, and he sparks out Helenius with one punch. Helenius is looking to the stars, right, on the ground. But Helenius never tested Wilder. All of a sudden, the Wilder fans are back on the gravy train. The right hand of God, the right hand of God. Now remember, prior to him sparking out Helenius, what did I say? I said that once Deontay Wilder knocks out a bum again, all the Wilder fans are going to jump right back on his bandwagon. Remember, I even posted the Al Pacino. It's the Al Pacino clip when he said, just when I want to get out, they pull me back in. The Wilder fans, right? They were starting to realize reality. But as soon as Wilder knocked out a mid-level, lower tier mid-level opponent like Helenius, they were all back and forgot that Wilder can't box. Right? And I'm not gonna front. I was duped a little too, because in my heart I knew Joseph Parker was way better than Deontay Wilder, but I still gave him the benefit of the doubt because the right hand, when I should have known better. I will admit here today, there were two fights that I should have known better this year, and I blew it. One, Joseph Parker versus Deontay Wilder, and two, Terrence Bud Crawford against Errol Spence. I knew Terrence Crawford was better. I just thought Earl would bully him and use his size and all that, and I was wrong on that. I know Joseph Parker's a better boxer, a better fighter than Deontay Wilder, but I just thought the right hand would get him out because you know what? I had like the bias of actually being there and seeing Wilder knock out Helenius and thinking, oh man, if he catches Parker like that, he's done. I even got duped because I know Parker's a better fighter than Deontay Wilder. So one of the running themes for Joseph Parker used to be that he has no killer instinct. He's not that good, right? Let's think about it for a second. Dillian White beat Joseph Parker. Anthony Joshua beat Joseph Parker. And Joe Joyce beat Joseph Parker. Derek Chisora gave Joseph Parker all he could handle. And Andy Ruiz gave Joseph Parker all he can handle. However, Deontay Wilder got shut the hell out for 12 rounds. Couldn't win a round against Joseph Parker. Now, I know you can't do cross fights, but that's not what this is about. This is about the fact that Joseph Parker has been in the ring with some of the elite level competition, and they were all able to give him trouble or even beat him. Deontay Wilder couldn't win a freaking round. Fraud. Think about it. I just said to you, Dillian White. Dillian White beat Joseph Parker. Oh, poor Dillian, who struggled with sucky Jermaine Franklin when everyone was trying to discredit Anthony Joshua's resume. Oh, Jermaine Franklin's not that good. Oh, Dillian White. Oh, this and that. But now, Joseph Parker, on the backside of his career, who just got sparked out by the slowest heavyweight in the division, got knocked out by Joseph Parker, got knocked out by Joe Joyce, got beat by Dillian White, got beat by Anthony Joshua, won a split decision over Andy Ruiz, beat Deontay Wilder for 12 rounds. Fraud. No killer instinct. Hype job. Overrated. All the things that G used to say about Joseph Parker. I'm sorry I told you I got a lot. I had to get you off my chest. I've been waiting since 2015. I'm sorry, guys. In the build-up to this fight, AJ's mentality was questioned. Remember, G, maybe AJ needs to go inside a dark room. But he never said anything about Deontay Wilder's ayahuasca use. Remember, I brought this up. This isn't a joke. I brought this up. I said, G, you're clowning AJ for being in a dark room, but you don't see there's anything wrong with Deontay Wilder having to take ayahuasca to find himself? You don't see anything wrong with the guy who said he wants a body crying after he knocked out Robert Helenius? You don't see anything wrong with that. People grow. People are allowed to grow unless their name's Anthony Joshua, by the way. People are allowed to grow. People are allowed to do this, right? So you never see anything wrong with it, right? Okay, cool. Everyone questioned Anthony Joshua's mental toughness. And here's the point. Everyone questioned Anthony Joshua's mental toughness to the point where they thought he was in danger of being upset by Otto Varlin. Everyone thought AJ was in danger and not Deontay Wilder. Dr. Sleep, I'm going to bring the NyQuil, you bring the pillow. Sounded like a dumb Alabama version of Martin Luther King. I'm just saying.
Tell us how you really feel, dog.
Just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're trying to say something intelligent, but it just ain't hitting. That's what he sounded like. Dr. Sleep, you know, bring the NyQuil, and you need to have a pillow. He was just as bad as Daniel Dubois, but you know what I'm saying? That sounded rehearsed too, but we're gonna leave that alone. And I don't want to end this without showing some love. So I do want to show some love to Joseph Parker and fighters like Joseph Parker who never win the big one. I shouldn't say who never won a big one. He did beat Andy Ruiz, but rarely win the big one, but give us the big fights. And without their contribution to boxing, we would never know who was actually the best in their division. You know, fighters like Miguel Cotto, fighters like Sean Porter, and fighters like Sugar Shane Mosley, right? These guys will never be seen as the best of their generation, but without them, we wouldn't know who was the best in their generation, right? That's what Joseph Parker is. Joseph Parker is that gauge. And when you compare all the best of this generation's performance against Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder has the absolute worst. Even Derek Chisora is better. Even Derek Chisora is better.
JP got his hood name back.
Word.
Yeah, Joseph Parker no more is JP.
JP.
Mm-hmm.
And G better put some respect on it too.
You know what I mean? Look, the way you come in at Wilder, bro, I gotta come to Wilder's aid. Because these guys been weight bullying Wilder for years.
It didn't matter because all he needed was 2 seconds. Oh, you know what I mean? That's all he needed was 2 seconds. Look, like I said, the weight bullying thing for me doesn't exist. I already said if Wilder's worried about weight, he should have went to cruiser. If he was worried about weight, he should have went to cruiser. So here's another thing. Since I'm talking to Conspiracy G, so I only got like 2 more points and then I'm done. Since I'm talking to Conspiracy G, I have a Conspiracy G of my own. It was revealed that going into the fight, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder both signed contracts to fight each other. How about that? The man alleged of ducking all week and being afraid and not wanting to fight signed to fight Deontay Wilder prior to them stepping in the ring on Saturday night. And then Deontay Wilder loses. All he has to do is beat Joseph Parker, a man who was beaten by Dillian White, a man who was beaten by Joe Joyce, a man who was beaten by several of the top opponents. All he had to do was beat him. And he gets to fight Anthony Joshua. And he loses. Someone put it up there. He landed only 19 punches out of 207. Here's my Conspiracy G. Wilder lost the fight on purpose because he knew he had no business ever stepping in the ring with AJ, and he was so scared he let Joseph Parker beat him. Ran like a scary man, never even attempted to land the right hand, just so he can lose, so he can rob the Saudis and not fight Anthony Joshua once again. Duck, duck, duck. All right. And in closing, I just want to say this. It's funny how the man going into the fight, everyone thought Wilder would have the most exciting performance. It was a given he was going to knock out Joseph Parker, and Anthony Joshua was going to have a 12-round decision against Artur Wallin. Well, as fate would have it, Deontay Wilder got his behind whooped and battered by Joseph Parker, and he actually went 12 rounds. And Deontay Wilder dominated and knocked out Artur Wallin, something even Tyson Fury couldn't do. Isn't that something? Now, if that doesn't tell you anything, I don't know what will. Anthony Joshua, been the truth, no hype job. Anthony Joshua was, is, and forever will be an American hype job. And I'm done. That's all I got to say about it. What you got?
Yo, I would like to add, though. That is another thing that bothered me about Wilder. Like, I didn't like the fact that Wilder and Artur Wallin, were talking about AJ's mental and all of that stuff. And both their performances were garbage. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, if Wilder knew he wasn't ready, he should have stayed humble that whole trip. He should have just enjoyed Saudi Arabia. Anytime they would have mentioned AJ, he should have just kept his mouth shut. But instead, he just had to throw little small jabs, which I was like, he doesn't even need to do that, because he was finally getting the respect and admiration from not just the U.S., but even from like boxing fans overseas. They were like, oh, I like this new Wilder. You know what I mean? But then it's like he kept reverting back to the old Wilder that always threw jabs at AJ. And I'm just like, You don't need to do that, man. And especially after this performance, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. He has the nerve to even talk about somebody's mentality. That performance was an example of a mentally weak brother. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not like trying to like, tag team on Wilder and that, man. It's just I think he needs. I'm pulling a Ned. He needs to take time away from boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, I just think he needs to just go back to Tuscaloosa and just hang out with his daughters or something. You know what I mean? Because it's a wrap. Damn, these comments is going crazy.
All right,
Please
so
forgive me if I didn't highlight your comments because these are a lot that are coming in.
We do have should Wilder retire as a topic. So I don't want to.
You know what's so crazy? It's like, yeah, Wilder was talking all that mess, and after the fight, he was real humble, right? That's because he got it beaten out of him. I don't think that Joseph Parker did his thing every round. I couldn't give a round to Wilder. I think he beat. I think he was confident. I think he thought that Joseph Parker was fooled. But once he got in there, he beat all that out of him. Come humbled or get humbled, right? That's what we always say.
That's a fact.
Come humble or leave humbled, right? Yep.
He left humbled.
And you just reminded me, Trill, of something too. I find it amazing that Deontay Wilder and Jarrell Big Baby Miller, two guys who question the toughness of Anthony Joshua, who clown Anthony Joshua, who, spent their whole careers disrespecting this man, fought under the same lights as Anthony Joshua yesterday on the undercard, not even to close the show, on the undercard, and they both looked horrible, and they both got absolutely smoked. And that goes to show you there's levels to this. And it also goes to show you that AJ may be mentally tougher than you all think. When they asked Anthony Joshua, right? I mean, when they asked Deontay Wilder, did the talks about him fighting Anthony Joshua next impact his performance? What did he say? Yeah, a little bit. Now imagine being AJ, where there's always talks about your next fight, where there's always this stuff, where you're always expected to perform, where if you get punched in the face one time, everyone says you suck, where if you lose a fight, everyone questions whether or not. Imagine being AJ. Wilder had the expectations for one night. He had to deliver one night, one fight, and he would have had the biggest fight of his career, and he lost every single round.
Yo, and kudos to AJ, because AJ definitely took the high road. He could have definitely crapped on both these guys. And he took the high road and then kicked them while they was down. So shout out to AJ. AJ showing a lot of class after his victory.
No, bro. What AJ did at the end, to me, was like a low-key or a high-key diss. Whatever.
That's what it is. He said
him and Wilder, he's just like, I mean, yeah, it's not over for Wilder. Don't y'all want to see me beat up Wilder?
Well, do y'all just want to see me?
Yeah,
to me, it's not. To me, that's not a diss because that's his personality the whole time. Like the whole week, people were like, "Oh, he don't got the energy like he wants to fight Wilder," but he knew he signed the contract. He knew that was in the works. AJ's not like talking about it. He's just trying to do it, and like I can already tell what he was doing. You know what I mean? And I could tell this too. Eddie knew. Well, I'm not gonna say Eddie knew, but I think Eddie was very confident that Joseph Parker was gonna beat Deontay Wilder.
He's been asking for that fight.
Yeah.
Eddie Ben was asking for that fight. You know what I'm saying? Because he was trying to set something else up too, but he was been asking for that fight because he was saying that he thought that his man can beat him. Kudos to Joseph Parker. He showed that he had. I've always been a fan of JP. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that he had his. Like I picked him against the Juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, he had better days. And I think, you know what it was? And he was beating the Juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? We should have known something then. He just ran out of gas. If I was him, I'd be trying to run that back or something. JP got a whole new, listen, he just ran out of gas. He was winning that fight. JP back.
You better leave Juggernaut alone.
Juggernaut ain't himself no more. Zang already took the Jugger out of the knot.
Parker ain't Zang, man. Parker ain't Zang. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. we'll get to that too, because Ben Davis is better for AJ. No, I seen like he gave credit to Ben Davis, which was cute, but I seen a lot of James in the way he fought last night. He was power boxing. He looked like he showed a lot from DJ. You know what I'm saying? That was DJ last night. That wasn't Ben Davis. I wanted to say that too. It seemed like he was paid attention to Derrick James with that power boxing last night. That wasn't that sitting around Joker stuff. He brought the fight to him. Everybody say, "Oh, this is Wallin was going to be the toughest because what he did to Fury." Man, listen. Anybody that go against that AJ that came last night, they have a problem. He looked mad the whole fight. He looked mean the whole fight. AJ looked like he was a man possessed in there. He didn't smile or nothing. He looked angry, like Wallin done stole his money or something. He beat the brakes off that boy, made him quit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what was going on. So shout out to AJ, man. He really did his thing. And I think that it was dope.
Yeah, that's all great stuff right there. So based on how things are shaping up, I think we could just move straight to should Wilder retire? Because
now I know he didn't train with him, but he learned from him.
Yeah.
Next I want to answer a question. I didn't give Wilder not one round. I thought he got swept. So just throw it out there.
Yeah, so just while we're here quickly, the next topic was going to be Wilder's defeat to Joseph Parker spoils the mega fight versus Joshua. But I feel like we really don't need to jump into that because we have another question that's kind of similar later.
Did I miss a topic?
Well, what do you have as the next topic?
Yeah, my fault. Hold on.
What do you have as the next topic?
Should he retire?
Yeah,
I feel you, man. Look, everybody had
okay.
Punched in the face. He said, "I think Wallin was lost when he felt AJ's power. I don't think he expected it to feel that way." It was like everybody got plans.
Yo, Wallin's a great example of fighting is different from sparring in amateur fights. In the amateurs, Wallin had close matches with AJ, but he lost both of them. And he sparred with AJ, and I'm sure he had his moments in sparring. But in an actual fight, it's different. The gloves are smaller, for one. And if you're sparring, that's more to Joshua's benefit. I mean, more to Wallin's benefit because AJ doesn't get to load up and you don't get to feel Joshua's power. You're wearing headgear. You're wearing bigger gloves. As soon as he got punched by AJ with no headgear and them small gloves, Wallin was like, "Oh, this is different. Oh, I can't be as brave as I normally am in sparring. I can't be as brave as I was in our amateur fights." And then what happened? After the 6th round, he couldn't even get up off the stoop. So,
yeah, but those punches that AJ was landing, bro, was mad loud, son. They were like, doo, 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 doo. I was like, salute to Wallin. You know what I'm saying? Did him dirty. You know
what I'm saying? Now it's Otto's turn to go try ayahuasca and make his way back. All right. G. So I just want thanks for answering that, G. You have integrity. All right. Let's see what else we got there. Otto looked shocked. It's moving. Otto looked shocked when the first power punch landed. Yeah, because Otto's been in the ring with Joshua before, but like I said, it's always with headgear and always with big gloves. So in his mind, he's like, "Oh yeah, I could take him." And then once he got popped in the mouth, he was like, "Oh, it's a little different." All right, so we got one here. So the next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros. Does the Bronze Bomber still have fuel or should he retire? So one, we've kind of established this in the past. We're really not big on telling people to retire like it's your decision, but we will suggest it if we feel as though it's the best option for you. So, we're going to take a listen to what Deontay Wilder said to his fans to G and Complex after his loss.
He said G Complex.
No, he said that, but it got cut out the video.
What's up, baby? Hey, man, we came up short tonight. You know, I don't know what happened, to be honest. You know, my timing was off, and I didn't throw my punches. I didn't let my hands go like I supposed to. Sometimes we get like that, you know what I mean? But, you know, you live to see another fight. You live to see another moment. That's all that matters. Still full of happiness. I'm still full of joy. I'm still full of smiles. Sorry if I let anyone down, you know, but we'll be back, though. That's the good thing about it, you know. And, man, I can't wait to get on this PJ to go back to my babies. I'm going to see her. Today is one of my daughter's birthday. Daddy, love you so much, baby. I'll be home soon, though. But I thank you so much for the love and support that I've got in Riyadh and all my families, all my fans around the world. I thank you. I appreciate you so much. This is not the end. We'll be back. Love, peace, God bless.
All right, so that's what we had to say. G, man, what's your reaction to that? I mean, and basically, you know, do you think that Wilder still has fuel, or should he retire?
It's tough, and it's the reason why I'm gonna say this is because normally I would say nah, keep going, but the way that the landscape of the heavyweight division is set up, he might have to retire anyways, because what opportunities he's gonna get? You know what I mean? Like PBC is shaky right now, you know, and all the other guys, it's like who right now can Wilder actually face that in the top 10 that Wilder has a good chance of actually winning? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think right now George Joyce will murder him. I think what's that? Zhang will murder him. Even homeboy Herkovich, like that Herkovich from yesterday would definitely hurt that Wilder from yesterday, you know? So it's just, I'm telling you, man, that Wilder is, I don't think, he ain't a killer, man. And I'm hoping it could just be, maybe it's because this is the first time Wilder was in Saudi Arabia fighting. It's a time difference or something. Like, I'm trying to look for an excuse. But there's no excuse that could show that type of performance, you know? Like, it was just bad altogether. So it's like, to me, Wilder could stay around and he could be like, you know, fighting low quality, you know, opposition. But at this level, it's going to be like, I think that'll be a detriment to his career, you know? Or they might just look at Wilder like, hey, Wilder could be the gatekeeper of the top 10 and, you know, probably feed him to somebody that they're like, hey, who knows? Maybe this guy could, like, maybe Daniel Dubois. They might go like, Frank might be like, hey, you know what? I think Daniel Dubois, is his time. I think he can knock out Wilder, you know? And Wilder might foolishly take that fight and he might get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be honest, that Wilder can't even beat F.A. You know, like I'm
gonna stop you there. Stop the cap right now, G. G, you see now you're doing way too much, G. Now you're doing way too much, G. Stop it now. What? See, I was
bro. Listen,
G, I was with you, G. I'm trying to say this, G. Listen, I was letting you do the whole. You was falling on the sword nicely, but now you're going overboard. Now I think you're being facetious. Now I think you're trying to play me now. Now I think you're trying to trick me. Now I think you're trying to play me for a fool. You're saying F.A. a Joppa. Rachel and Chico could beat Deontay. Now we're getting ridiculous.
Rachel, walk me.
Stop it. We're getting ridiculous now.
Oh, wow. It's like, wow.
That's disrespect to Joseph Parker. Parker, first of all, Joseph Parker is one of the best heavyweights in the world right now. Joseph Parker would knock F.A. Ajapa out easy money.
Yeah, I'm talking about Wilder.
Wilder lost to Joseph, and now you're acting like Wilder.
Listen, that Wilder would have lost to anybody. That's my point. That Wilder would have lost to anybody.
Talk about
Yo,
discrediting
Wilder,
Joseph Parker, huh?
No, I'm giving Wilder. I mean, Joseph Parker all his credit.
No, you're
This ain't
not.
about Joseph Parker right now. It's about Wilder.
Okay.
Like literally in that fight, you could see Wilder forgot how to throw a jab. He forgot how to throw his right hand. There was 2 times Wilder actually threw a decent uppercut. I was like, oh, okay, maybe he started working on uppercuts. I don't know. There was a time where he threw an uppercut, right, and he missed. But he could have had a follow through with a left hook, and he didn't do it. He just looked. He's like, And I'm just like, yo, what's going on? That's a sign of a guy being gun shy. Like he's afraid of the fire coming back at him. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, to me, like, I just don't see Wilder unless something happened during sparring where he was concussed. I don't want to give him that excuse, bro. It's over for him. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna force him out, bro. It's like he has to retire. Like and the way he's talking, look at that video you played. He's more concerned about his family, bro, than becoming a champion.
Well, it's Christmas time. His daughter's birthday. It's Trill's birthday.
It's over, dog. It's over. It's over. You know, yo, how many fighters done sacrifice holidays and birthdays? Right now, nah, I'm not even lying. There's several fighters that sacrifice. Their training camps. They're supposed to be with their family. They can't do it because they're in training camp. They're supposed to be celebrating with their kids. Can't do it. Holidays, birthdays, can't do it because they're working. They're focused on being a champion. Wilder's just chilling. Yeah, just I couldn't connect my punches. Just, I can't wait to get back on the plane and just see my kids. That's all he's caring about. He's done, bro. He's done. It's like Wilder's not the same guy anymore, man. Like his video shows he can't even justify his actions. It's more like, yo, love me, brother, because I have children. Just love me because I have children.
You already knew that's been Wilder. What are we? Oh, my goodness. Yo,
you can do that when you're winning, not when you're losing, bro. Not when you're losing. When you lost like that, you got to promise the world, like, yo, I promise you I'm going to be back. I'm going to dedicate my life to this boxing.
Robert Bailey, and this is how it starts, Robert Bailey. This is how it starts, Robert Bailey. And next, you'll see he gonna do him like he did Bermain Stavern. Listen,
what you talking about?
CJ, I can't justify what Malik Scott did because I can't justify stupid. I can't justify Malik Scott.
I pretty much answered it, man. I think he's gonna retire. They're gonna force him out.
Dollar bill.
Unless they're gonna use him just so he can get knocked out.
I don't know. I just gotta go off of energies. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna give the energy that I see. All right. Y'all know, like growing up, right? When you'll be a guy, you know what I'm saying? And you'd be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that girl right there, yeah, I can get her. You know what I'm saying? I can get her. You know what I'm saying? And what you can't get her, you'd be like, I ain't want her anyway. You know what I'm saying? I never want her in the first place. I think that's where Wilder is at right now. Before the fight started, he was this, AJ's weak, all that. He gets outclassed and he's acting nonchalant. Like he really don't, my time was off.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I think this is way of staying face. I don't think Wilder should retire. I think this is his whole way of staying face. This is what happened. I done seen this happen before. Mike Tyson was talking about breaking Lennox Lewis. After that fight, he was rubbing blood off of Lennox Lewis's face, talking about playing with his birds and all that.
He was holding his son.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get your butt whooped, you become very emotional. You know what I'm saying? And soft. You get the fight beat out of you. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think that there's still fights out there for Wilder. There's still some money to be made out there for Wilder. Look, both guys got beat up yesterday. Big Baby Miller and Wilder. And it's still bad blood there. That's a money fight that can make some money. Then, AJ, he still said it. Hey, look, I'll give Wilder some money to beat up on him. It ain't going to be 50-50, but it's going to be more than, what I'm saying, fighting somebody else. So, yeah, that's some more money for him.
I take that fight no more.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen, Wilder can pay for 2 more losses. You know what I'm saying? It could be 2 expensive losses. Go in there with and he could probably land something on Big Baby Miller. Because if he ain't on nothing, we see what's up with him. You see, you know what I'm saying? We'll get to that because I want to shout out Dubois because he had a message for me. He had a message for me last night. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Yeah, Trill, I might quit, but I ain't no cheat." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But he went in there. So look, there's still fights out there for Wilder. I don't know if he can win them, but there's still some fights out there because I think there's still people that will pay to see AJ handle him, and then there's still that bad blood with him and Jarrell Miller that they can, you know, get something off of. You know, so there's still some fights out there for him.
Yes. Dollar Bill, you are absolutely correct. You know, and I mean, I don't want to, you know, say that too loudly because, you know, I remember back in the days, people used to get upset when we agreed. But yeah, I don't think he should retire. Why? Because he lost a 12-round decision to Joseph Parker. If you think Joseph Parker's a bum, then that's the only way you would say that. But remember, Joseph Parker lost to Joe Joyce. But in his defeat to Joe Joyce, he was beating the dog snot out of Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is just a punching bag. And remember, I always tell people this, and trust me, the punching bag is undefeated. If you keep hitting the punching bag, you're going to break down before the punching bag breaks down. But in all fairness to Joseph Parker, he broke Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce will never be able to take punishment again because although he didn't win the battle, he won the war. Look at how Joe Joyce looked against Big Bang Zhang. And I'm not saying that Big Bang Zhang is not a power puncher, but Big Bang Zhang didn't exactly spark out Philip Hergovich, right? That was a close fight. Big Bang Zhang struggled to beat Jerry Forrest. So, like, again, we got to keep it $150. Was it that Big Bang Zhang is so great, or did Joseph Parker do extensive damage on Joe Joyce? And I think Joseph Parker beat the dog snot out of Joe Joyce. He just got tired. And everyone knows this. If you ever played any sport, stamina makes cowards of us all. When you don't got nothing left in the tank, there's nothing left you can do. That's why Joshua was sitting on the ropes against Andy Ruiz in that fight. It wasn't that Andy Ruiz was so vicious. It was just that Anthony Joshua was tired. He was fatigued.
They know what it is when y'all used to play tag when you was a kid. You start getting tired, you be like, time out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, all you get into a fight and with your cousins and you ain't in shape, but once you get tired, you want to end it like time out. Like, nah, brother, the fight is beginning now. I remember I used to have a big old cousin. My cousin Tyrone used to be huge. He used to, like, power-wise, he'd get you. All you got to do is survive the first 2 minutes, and then he'd be tired, and that was my strategy with my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, but
the patch guy, I agree with the patch guy. I don't remember what Katie talking about. I remember that fight. And Parker got violated by Joyce. Oh, hold on, everybody. Hold on. Oh, Mr.
What up? Hold on, wait. Before we throw you in TBE, the patch guy doesn't watch boxing. Apparently, you don't see all the hard punches that Joseph Parker was landing on Joe Joyce.
Joseph, he did
the punch stats, dog.
He didn't pace it. He didn't pace it.
Yo, every punch that Joyce landed, like, that Parker landed didn't phase Joyce at all, bro. Like,
that's
at all. It was a one-sided.
Okay, it didn't phase Joyce, right?
It didn't.
It didn't phase him. That's what you're saying. It didn't phase him. Okay, cool.
We know for a fact it didn't phase him. It was even to the point where, like, he was like, yo, every time he just kept moving forward. Parker was trying to fight off the back foot. He was doing nothing. Like, Parker had no answers to Joyce.
Bro, I've seen this movie several times. Carlos Baldomir used to walk through punches. He was known as having a great beard. And what happened when he fought Canelo? He got sparked out because of all the punishment he took. Same with what's his name?
Paul Williams was one of them.
Paul Williams is another one. And Paul Williams won his fight against Antonio Margarito, right? But was never the same. Lost his very next fight because of the damage he took.
So hold on. So you're saying Joe Joyce, because he got knocked out by Zhang because of the Parker fight?
I'm saying the punishment.
He just was taking shots. He ducked it. Listen, he blocked those punches from Joe Joyce, who is a heavyweight. He blocked those punches from Joe Joyce with his face. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was taking those shots, and it looked like he wasn't doing nothing. But those punches took his toll on him. It's like we've seen this. It happened plenty of times in boxing. They even did it in a movie called Rocky. You know what I'm saying?
What was the dude's name who was trained by Ian Wolf?
Oh yeah, Kirkland.
No, what's his name?
Kirkland. That's his name, Kirkland.
James Kirkland. James Kirkland used to walk through punishment. That was how he won fights. It was just like straight Bam Bam Rios.
That was
Bam Bam Rios used to walk through punches, take punches with his chin, and then he got in there with Danny Garcia and got flatlined by a single shot. Bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but
it happens to every single fighter who takes.
But it wasn't Parker that did that though.
But Parker broke him down.
Joyce been doing that with all his fights, right?
But that fight in particular,
he absorbs mad punishment and then he just finds a way to win.
Accumulation of punishment adds up.
I said that. If y'all go see the Zhang fight, when we talk about this, when we talked about the Zhang fight, if we go back and look at it, I actually mentioned that Joseph Parker sweetened it up for him. You know what I'm saying? He softened him up for him. Because that's what it really looked like. That's what happens. It's only so much in boxing. And Joseph Parker, he was doing everything. Uppercuts.
And it's just
Joseph Parker landed everything on that dude.
Yeah.
If you didn't see that, you don't know boxing. Yo, listen, I'm telling you right now, this is the thing that I don't understand. How someone can sit here and tell me that Joseph Parker didn't land the kitchen sink on Joe Joyce, and Joe Joyce walked through everything. This isn't even hard to see. This is common knowledge. This is like novice level. Listen, all you have to do is be a novice level understander of the sport of boxing and watch the fight and be like, damn, that guy's getting hit a lot. What are you talking about? You act like
the same. All right, Katie, you're not listening. Listen to what I'm
saying.
I'm
not listening.
Because what I'm saying is this. You were saying that the fight was competitive. I was like, there was no competitive fight.
Did I say it was competitive? Did I say it was competitive? Hold on, let me ask the people. Let me ask the people. Hold on. Let me ask the people in the crowd. Did I say it was competitive, or did I say that Joseph Parker landed vicious punches on Joe Joyce and that he cracked him and he softened him up for Zhang? I never said that it was competitive.
Bro. All right, man. Listen,
when did I say it was competitive?
All right, my bad. Cracked them and all that other stuff. If you're saying that wasn't competitive, then hey, my bad. But it sounded like you were saying that, Parker was bringing it to your boy Joyce, and that I didn't see that.
Parker landed vicious shots on Joe Joyce that pierced his armor and softened him up for Zhang.
All right, bro. All right, that's cool, man. No worries.
Yeah, that's crazy. Boy.
First of all. Let's just look at the facts. Okay? Zhang didn't knock out Jerry Forrest. Zhang didn't knock out Philip Herkovich. Zhang was looking average to mediocre until he fought Joe Joyce. And then when he stopped Joe Joyce the first time, let's keep in mind, it wasn't like he knocked him out clean. It was because of a cut that was due to scar tissue. Scar tissue he had due to accumulation of punishment. So which means, like you've seen it with Miguel Cotto's face. Miguel Cotto's face didn't used to always pie up. It was because 30-some-odd fights have taken damage to the face. Your skin doesn't hold up the way it used to. Like Israel Vasquez and so many of the other people. So all I was saying to you was that Joseph Parker's damage that he caused to Joe Joyce softened him up. And yes, the benefits were reaped by Zhang, especially when he closed his eye and Joseph Parker and Joe Joyce couldn't continue the fight. It was stopped. The second fight, he knocked Joe Joyce out cold. And that was due to accumulation of punishment. Once again, thank you. I know I said that JP landed. I'm not, yo, bro. I've been doing this show for 4 years. I don't toot my own horn, but if you know me, you know I know boxing already. Like, so I don't feel the need, like we talking about the American hype job that I exposed years ago. You feel me? So all I'm saying is, like, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Yo, all I said was that he softened Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker softened up Joe Joyce for Zane. I didn't take anything away from Zane. I'm not saying that Zane won, but I think that Zane is being overrated based on beating a broken Joe Joyce. And that's all I'm saying. All right, so either way, I don't think I actually went yet on this topic, but Ned the TBE is here. And I want to let Ned the TBE get in here. Ned the TBE.
First off, happy holidays, everybody.
Ned, time out, Ned. Can you explain to the people why you're so late?
Hold on. I gotta get this off first. Softening up for Zane sounds crazy. The Turbo Zane for the wing. Pause. I had to get that out. It was in my spirit.
KT for life, yo. Don't ever tell me to stop yelling, bro. Go
Sorry
ahead.
about y'all. My apologies to the audience, to my co-hosts and everything, you know. G-Tears had me out. But let's get to it. Hold on. All these comments are blocking the conversation. Let's do this right here. Deontay Wilder. Much respect. This been a long time feud on this show. And everybody here knows this. And last night, Joseph Parker cost me $1,000, man. So my thing is, he's a high job. He's a big high job, you know. So I feel. Hold on, give me 1 second.
What's he talking about? You answering the question? You answering this question right here?
I'm trying to answer this question right here.
Oh, okay.
All seriousness.
Can you read it?
I don't think he's in it. I don't think he's in the game. Sorry about that. My mind's all over.
No disrespect. I just asked you like he was kind of.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to get my mind together. But I feel Deontay Wilder, his performance last night, I called it. Hold up. No, because I'm standing on what I said. I called it. I called this fight from the jump. I said my heart's choosing Parker, my mind saying Wilder. I went with my mind. My heart actually won in the end. Last night we was talking all this mess. When I got there, and honestly, there was a lot I was doing yesterday. But all of this that went on, when I saw this fight, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm on edge because I'm like, at any moment this could end. Because, it was the same thing with Joe Joyce. Joseph Parker's like fight. He's not. I'm like, all right. I'm sorry. I'm still all over the place. But when Joseph Parker fought Joe Joyce, he was going. I know. I went on a spiritual journey. What is it? When Joseph Parker fought Joe Joyce, he was like, he brought it to Joe Joyce, but he couldn't seal the deal. He couldn't seal the deal. He was the kitchen sink, the freaking. He was anything. Stop it! I don't need to see the comments right now. This is throwing me off. Because I'm trying to read it. I'm reading
my man said, I'm never going to try ayahuasca.
Listen. When he fought Joe Joyce, I was actually, that was the moment I was like, he has it in him to beat some of these guys, but he's never been taught to be angry. And when,
you see Kovac?
Gee, stop it. Just stop it. How do I just block these out? I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna put like something to cover the
Yo,
comments.
Ned, you need a day off, bro.
No, I don't need a day off. You keep posting these comments, G. All right, but I'm good because I can't see him. All right, when Joseph Parker fought Joe Joyce, G, stop it. Yeah, I know you keep doing this.
Yo, put James Lethal. Put James Lethal up there.
James Lethal.
J.H. Lethal.
J.H. Lethal. Where you
Yeah.
see that?
That's
Oh,
it.
there you go. Oh, okay.
All
right, let's go, let's go.
Where he
Like I
imparts
was
his
saying, when
wisdom.
Joseph
He's
Parker
a
fought Joe
prophet.
he fought with his heart on his sleeve.
Oh,
But Joe
God.
Joyce at that point was like indestructible, and I don't know what happened. Like he got caught with that punch, and when he fought Wilder, and she's like, and when I got there, I came from my niece's birthday party. When I got there, she was like, "Yo, Wilder's losing. Wilder's this," but I was like, "It's never over," because Wilder could land that one punch that could take Joyce out, and Wilder was doing some crazy stuff. He was doing the hammerhead. He was doing all this crazy, like his antics. And I'm like, yo, but it went 12 rounds. And I'm like, every time I'm on my seat, like, oh, snap. Like, Wilder could just catch him right here. Because he gave him so much distance. And you never know when that is going to come. It's like, line him up and it's over with. But it was a great performance from Joseph Parker again, which I said he would do. The man he trains with beat your man. And you didn't respect it. You thought Joseph Parker was Buttercup, G, to be honest. And I really thought this is the outcome I already knew from the beginning. Only reason I chose Wilder is because that right
Because
hand
what?
can come at
Because
any
what?
time.
Flip flop TBE. Because of what?
Vulnerable to that.
Oh no, hold on, yo, you know what, Ned, you doing a lot, but I want to ask you a question because
what's up?
I want to let the people know what happened. And I do. This is setting up to a question for you, Ned. So everyone, once it was obvious that Joseph Parker had beaten Deontay Wilder, this is before the decision was read. I get a phone call and I look down and I see Ned, the TBE's calling me. So I answer the phone and I'm like, yo, what's up? And Ned's like, yo, I called it. Yo, I told you. And I'm like, all right, yeah. Wilder's done. So I hang up. They give the fight to Joseph Parker. So I go to check our predictions. And Ned picks Wilder to knock out Joseph Parker in the second round. So I'm saying, Ned, how did you call it?
I said, hold on. If you watch the prior videos to build it to box, hold on. First off, Eddie Hearns stole my whole flow. I said Boxing Mania. I said all of this, and I said every time G was like, yo, Parker's soft. Only reason I thought Parker was soft, but Parker had the dog in him. That's what I'm talking about. Fighters that got the dog in them, they go, it's over with. There's no stopping them. But hey, you see, I gotta put this thing over the comments again, yo, because these dudes, it's throwing me off. When I say Eddie Hearns,
I'm asking you this question. You can't continue your train of thought
without these comments.
I
won't see the comments.
No, it's just like my mind.
Yo, bro, you can't read the comments and speak at the same time. I'm not even trying to diss you. I'm asking you.
No, it's like it's just all I see is.
So I'm just asking you a question. Like hypothetically, if you had to like give a speech and it was on a teleprompter, you wouldn't be able to.
I would. All right, let's get.
You don't have mind-to-mouth control.
Yo, close your eyes, man.
It's not reading the comment. It's G. It's G. G's posting these comments right here. All right, so back to.
He does it when we all speak, bro.
That's what I'm saying. What are you talking about?
I hear you.
Just close your eyes, man.
Let me just get my final points out.
Go ahead, cook.
All I'm saying is, damn, man. Even though this is like a long time feud and it's coming to an end, but it's gonna start back up again because we got other fighters we go back and forth with. Wilder, I don't think he should retire, but he doesn't seem like he got the heart for the fight anymore. and I understand, yo. You went on your little journey, and because last night I went on my journey because of you. I was like, damn, yo, this dude really like gave up the sport. So enjoy it. Yo, this is it. This is the boy. I wish Complex was on here because I want to get at him too. Because these brothers right here got the smoke, and it was no joke. But
you sound like Daniel Dubois right now.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Don't
Listen,
insult Daniel.
Brought the smoke, and it's no joke.
No joke.
Yo,
Yo,
put my
y'all
man,
gotta
put my man
understand,
Alex
man.
Lito. Yo, put my man Alex Lito back up real quick.
Did I skip it? Hold on.
Hold on.
You said Alex?
No, LH Lethal.
Oh, LH Lethal.
He said, "Nah, you didn't understand his prediction, Caden. That is my spiritual guru."
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. You know, I'm just playing.
My bad. Maybe Ned did predict Joseph Parker, and I just heard it wrong. But y'all should
No. What
check
I
out the predictions
predicted
for
was
yourself.
wrong, but what I felt was right. You get what I'm saying? I said my heart was in the right place. My soul,
I get you, man.
This is what I deal with, man. This is
It
I
ain't
deal
what
with
he said, it's how he felt. You know what I'm saying?
He's hitting you with that Bama logic from the 50 Cent movie. It's like even when I was wrong, I could have been right. So it's like I'm still right. You know?
That's what I feel you, TBE. I hear what the TBE is saying. What TBE is trying to say is, man, listen, actions speak louder than words. You know what I'm saying? He's been saying, forget Wilder. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's been saying. Doesn't matter.
You can't just flip flop your prediction like that. Like, come on now. We want to let G do it. You know what I mean? Like, get that. Like,
yeah, it's cool. I take it. I take all the heat. But I said what I said, and I stand on it. You know.
Shoot, we want to let me do it. Because there's two predictions I would flip flop right now. My man called it. I flip flop my Joseph Parker, my JP versus Wilder prediction, and I'd flip flop my TC versus Spence prediction ASAP if I could.
I pick Wilder, but I still believed in Joseph Parker. It is what it is. Wilder should retire. Let him do it. Because at this point, I don't know how you get beat up and be like, yeah, I've been on drugs, I've been doing this, and it's like crazy. It's crazy. So,
and that, my friends, is our brother Ned the TBE, baby. All right, let me jump into this real quick. Do I think Deontay Wilder should retire? Hell to the no. I think Deontay Wilder has a path towards redemption. The first thing he needs to do, he's already started it. Blame it on inactivity. Right? I was off. I only had 1 round in 2 years. My timing was off. You know, I'll be better. The second thing he can do is try to get a rematch with Joseph Parker. I didn't hear anyone say that he had a rematch clause in his contract, which I applaud, actually. I feel like you should earn a rematch based on your performance and not always just put it in the contract. But if this is a performance based, I don't think he deserves a rematch with Joseph Parker, but maybe Joseph Parker will give it to him anyway, right? So there's something. I think him versus Big Baby Miller is still a good fight because they both got blood. And you know, they both just lost on a big stage, but Big Baby Miller does a good sales job. You know, the only problem is I feel like for Big Baby Miller to sell this fight, the stuff he may say will be off-putting towards people because, like, when you start talking about like
and hit him up,
yeah, because even if you remember with Jay-Z with Nas when he made Super Ugly and he said like I left condoms in the baby seat, even his mom was like, bro, that was disgusting. Like, yeah, like you lost, you had to take it there, you lost. You know what I mean? So I think the way he would try to sell that fight may be a little off. The next opponent I think would be Jared Big Baby Anderson. Why not? Wilder versus Jared Anderson. Let's see how good Jared Anderson is. Another one, I think it may have been Trill who said this, Daniel Dubois. Let's see if Wilder, you know what I mean? Daniel Dubois thinks he's ready. He just beat Big Baby, feed him to another American. You know, I know the Brits get off on, you know, beating Americans. So, you know what I mean?
Pause.
It's true though. Like I'm not saying all because I want to say this. I give respect. Like I've never left the United States of America, but like I want to go to the UK. I definitely want to go there because of like I see how much they love boxing. I love boxing. I just know it would be a crazy atmosphere to go see a championship fight in the UK, right? So I definitely want to do that, right? But some like a high percentage of Brits sometimes it'll be like once a Brit beats an American, they'll be like, yeah, kill the Yank. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, the Brits is like, and I'm like, damn, like it is. I don't really see that happen with like, you know, I could be wrong too. Maybe it's because I'm American, but I'm like, damn, like I'm rooting for the Brit, but the way they attack an American, I'd be like, damn, it makes me feel bad that
nah, bro. I done went to baseball games.
Yeah.
Red Sox and the Yankees stadium. I went to both. Mad ignorant. People look like if you had a Red Sox hat at the Yankee stadium, they throwing beer at you. Like, yo, it was crazy. They mad disrespectful when they repping they set. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but that's still too American. That's like American rival teams. I'm talking about every time a British fighter is fighting an American fighter, if you go to the comment section, there's always a high portion of like British people, like just like that American Yank, that American a-hole, like I'm like, damn, like
they hate us, man. I
I'm
don't know
like,
what it
damn,
is.
like
Man.
who Americans call Brits Euro bums. In what? In what? Don't just be conclusory. In what? Yo, first of all, in basketball is being ran by the foreign players right now. Everyone shows love to the foreign players. We're even talking about how like the Euro League places emphasis on playing team ball, whereas American basketball leagues place emphasis on ISOs. So that's why the Euro players are coming into the league and dominating and playing. Nah, it goes both ways. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying though is I honestly, so I don't want to get caught up in. All I'm saying is, for example, when Daniel Dubois beat Jarrell Big Baby Miller, all I saw was that fat American, the American this beat that American loudmouth. I'm just saying, and you know, when Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua, I didn't see a lot of like, you know, Americans being like, yeah, you beat the British, you know what I mean? Nah, I know. There's a lot of people like that. Like, for example, Mike Tyson or whatever. All I'm saying is I do think when you put the best way to wrap it up is when you put Ryan Garcia in the ring against Gervonta Tank Davis, right? That fight sells. Why? Because you have a Mexican market and you have the black market. What I'm saying is if you put Daniel Dubois in the ring against Deontay Wilder, it's going to sell because you're going to have the UK market and those people who love to see a UK fighter beat an American fighter, and you're going to have the American market and those people who love to see an American fighter beat someone from the UK. If you doubt that, then you're just not being real with yourself. I'm not saying everyone's that way. In fact, I picked Tyson Fury to beat Deontay Wilder. I picked Anthony Joshua to beat Deontay Wilder. It's not how I see things personally, but it is what sells. Yeah, exactly. There's a cultural view of the way the USA projects itself that creates a British backlash. Absolutely. I already know the loudmouth American athlete. Trash talking is what sells in America. We already talk about it. Fury's close to being an American athlete, to tell you the truth, the way he talks trash. And sometimes he even gets the backlash from Brits don't like Americans because of cultural differences and maybe history. Yo, I'm not trying to find the root. I'm saying the reality is if you put an American and a Brit versus each other, it's a mega fight. That's why Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder was going to be a mega fight. All right, so anyways, moving on. I think if Deontay Wilder wants an easy win to boost his confidence, he should fight F.A. Ajapa. And lastly, the last opponent that he could fight is Anthony Joshua. I think G and Complex and all of his people are calling for him to retire because they done went so deep into the waters, they can't jump off that Wilder ship now, right? That Wilder ship is so deep in the water that if G and Complex and all those Wilder fans jump off the ship, they're going to drown. All of us are going to call them out. All of us are going to call them out, right? So what they're hoping is Wilder retires so they can go down with the ship, right? So they can go down with the ship. Because if Wilder continues to fight and he continues to lose to low-level competition, they are going to continue to get clowned. So that's what they want. And they are hoping and praying that he never, ever, ever goes near Anthony Joshua. Because if he fights Anthony Joshua, now they know there's a high probability that he's going to lose and they're going to get clowned into perpetuity. So that's what I think.
Whatever. Let's go to the next one. All right. Did AJ performance prove he's back, or did you still have doubts?
Yeah, before we end that, yeah. Even shout out to Deontay Wilder and his peers. Even all his peers is coming out telling him, you know what I'm saying, go back to the drawing board, you know what I'm saying, and come back stronger. You know what I'm saying? So other people feel like he can do something as well.
Yeah, bro, you got this one. Do you think AJ proved he's back, or do you still have doubts?
Yes, he's back. Yeah, he's back. I never had no doubts. I just thought the homie needed to get up out of his head. You know what I'm saying? But nah, he's back to being, you know what I'm saying? It looked like he was back to old AJ. He was in there. I thought it was dope. He had like I said before, man, he had that fire in his eye. He looked mad. Go back and watch this fight and look at his face the whole time. He looked like a man possessed in there. You know what I'm saying? Like he really wanted to break Artur. You know what I'm saying? Didn't smile, didn't touch nobody. He was really in there trying to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to AJ. If he can keep that same mindset, you know, and yeah, they say he's an overthinker. It goes like that, man, when you got so much on your plate. You know what I'm saying? He got his whole country behind him. Really behind him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows what it is. He got all this. He got a lot going on. And he came out there and he sold and proved. For everybody saying that he was a hype job or he was mentally unstable, everybody that said he was mentally unstable showed that they was mentally unstable. Everybody that said that he needed to go get his head checked, they got ice packs on their head right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually, I have real ice packs on their head.
Real ice packs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody said that they needed to get his head checked. They right now are getting their head checked right now. You know what I'm saying? Making sure the head scans, CT scans, and all that right now. Making sure that they all right because they all got beat up. AJ will be fine. AJ, stop reading the newspapers. Do what you said you did. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do no press. Wasn't on no social media. You stuck to yourself. That's what you need to be doing. Stop overthinking. Stop reading all the comments. Do what you got to do. Believe in yourself, AJ, man. And look, you done got here. You got here. You got one of the best resumes in boxing. You're going to let some non-boxing people tell you what you need to be doing. You got other boxers out here that has never accomplished the things that you have accomplished in the ring, and you listening to what they need to be, them telling you what they need. No, you the man, AJ. You know what I'm saying? Just believe it, and receive it. You know what I'm saying? And you got this. You got this. AJ looked amazing last night. And if he comes out, I feel sorry. Yo. I feel sorry for anybody that tried to that fight that AJ that we seen last night. You know what I'm saying? Listen. He hit dude so hard. I heard him. You know what I'm saying? He got hit. You know what I'm saying? AJ just beat him up. That's all I was.
Yo, AJ was hitting him so hard the sound went out. Crazy.
The zone you suck the zone.
Yo, that right left hook. I thought he was over. That was that combination right there. That 2-punch combination is what ended the fight. That right hand left hook that ended the fight. I was like, he ain't coming, and he didn't come out. He was broke. He broke him, right? He broke something. Because while he looked back at him like
he broke his nose. You know what I'm saying?
Look, he looked after he hit him with that right left.
Well, I looked at it, he couldn't believe he was still standing up. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't believe he was still standing. He was like, I better quit, but he really hurt me in here. You know what I'm saying? But shout outs to AJ, man. He definitely deserved all the respect, man. I don't care where you're from. I love boxing. I don't care where you're from. You could be from Jupiter. You could be green. If you can fight, the boy can fight. I don't care where you're from. It's where you're at.
Nah, 100. G, did you go already?
Nah.
I go.
Yo, I was highly entertained by AJ's performance, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I still got my doubts. And the only reason why is because nah, it's no disrespect. I'm not even disrespecting AJ. It's literally because of Otto Wallin. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wallin's not known for heavy punching. You know what I mean? Like, it was good to see Wallin in there because he's a southpaw, and you know we seen AJ struggle with Usyk. But outside of the southpaw, like, they're not identical at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like that performance is showing me like, hey, if AJ runs it a three-peat with Usyk, he's gonna definitely violate Usyk this time. I don't see that, you know. So, like, I think, man, this is what I said during my prediction. Like, I think Otto Wallin was like Taylor picked to get knocked out by AJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, AJ's performance was great. You know what I mean? Like, he was throwing hard punches, he was throwing combinations. You know, like, clearly he was there to destroy my man Wallin. But I just need to see AJ with a top tier guy. And if AJ performs like that against a top tier dude, then I'll be like, yo, this is a new improved AJ, nothing but blessings. But because it's Otto Wallin, I almost expected that to happen. Because Wallin is like, he's not really a killer like that. He's just athletic. So it's like, if his athleticism can't frustrate AJ, then, you know, he'll probably pull out at the very least, make it to the end belt. But he couldn't frustrate AJ, and AJ was punching dead hard. So I'm giving AJ credit for giving us what we want, but I don't know. I don't want to pull the trigger and be like, yo, AJ's back because it's Otto Wallin.
All right, TBE.
Yo, honestly, this is the AJ we wanted to see for a long time. And I'm what was it when he fought? Oh my goodness, I be forgetting these names. When he fought, homie, what was it? What was the guy's name that, like, he did this in the ring? When he fought him, that's when I was like, AJ, that's the AJ we need to see. But last night, AJ,
Pulev. Oh, you talking about
the guy who did this?
Nah, he's talking about Pulev. He's talking about Pulev.
He was like, he turned around, he gave him his back. He gave AJ his back. I'm forgetting his name.
Yeah, that's Pulev. Nah, it was Pulev.
Pulev. Yes, when he fought Pulev, I was like, that's the AJ we need to see. And last night, AJ's performance was like perfect. It was perfect. Like, he was so quick. Everything Wallin threw at him, he was quick. The timing was on. AJ's timing was on point. He was getting out the way. His defense was so good for a heavyweight. His defense was so good. I'm like, that's how you box. And then when you start hitting back, I'm like, yes, that's how you counter it. That's how you do it for the big boys. Because, like, for, like, anybody in the welterweight, light heavyweight, featherweight, things like that, it's all about head movement, countering, catching. AJ was doing it. He was doing it good, and he didn't get tired. And then, yes, it ended in 4 rounds. But AJ did his thing last night. I don't have any doubts against my man's pause. But I think he could. I think if he stays with his confidence, if he stays like in his zone, like he's focused, he's a dangerous fighter. And I think he could take on Steve. I think he still could take on the entire heavyweight division by himself.
I want to know from Alfred, what is Ned holding back? Please tell us, what is he holding back?
I know. Yo, listen. I'll come with peace. Me and G, it's all love, brother. Like, the beef is over. It's over. We know what it is, yo.
Yo, I never
The
had
beef
beef
is over.
So
The beef is G's like we never was beefing. I don't know if y'all understand. G got Nisa. He like where he like G like says something, he forgets he say it. But it's like it's over. It's over. It's good. It's good. I understand. The beef is over. It's like this has been a long time feud on the Boxing Bros, and y'all won't. And G won't accept. Like he won't and like let y'all know we beefing, but we beefing, but the beef is over.
Yo, can I respond to somebody though? What's his name?
Yeah.
Strangingness, whatever. You know, like this happens to me all the time. It's like anytime I give my criticism about a particular fighter, y'all always question me about my thoughts about another fighter. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that Ottawa would have violated that Wilder yesterday. You know, so that has nothing to do with my criticisms about Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? So just throwing it out there. It's not like I have an undercover gripe with AJ.
Or do you hold the point is, are you holding the fighters to the same standard? I think that's what
Nah, I don't hold no one to the same standard.
Strangeness is getting at.
That's like me holding you to the net standard and vice versa. It doesn't make sense. Everyone's different, so I don't hold everyone to the same standard. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, come on, you could say something, I'd be like, all right. Ned says something, I'm like, oh, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? It's just levels to this. You know what I mean? So, and Wilder said again, I always agreed with Caden. Wilder's not the best boxer. We all know that. No one denied that. Complex and myself, we always said, yeah, you're right. But he got the great equalizer. You know what I'm saying? But Wilder without the great equalizer is like, Wilder, you should not get in the ring. And that's what he showed when he fought Joseph Parker. So I'm not hating on AJ at all. I'm giving AJ his credits. You know what I mean?
The people in the comments really want to see Ned go after you.
I would, but it's like kicking a puppy at this point. Like, and I can't do it. Right?
You're talking to a Rottweiler, bro. You better watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You better watch your mouth. Feel me? Kicking a puppy.
I did all up, man. Yo, it hurts. It hurts. It's like this. We don't get our little like what we wanted. We don't get that like yo. Pause, yo. Like, don't say it like that. Beef is beef, yo. Like, beef ain't. Now it sounds crazy.
You want my meat?
You no longer have got.
What even? You know what I mean?
Oh man, yo, it's like, y'all insane, man. It's like these comments are just so like reckless. Like when you're seeing them, how G narrates them, it's just like it throws you so off. But I love it, yeah. I love the smoke. Hopefully, me and G still got smoke. Me and G still got smoke because you know we got Benavidez, Canelo on the table, and Fury.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna say this though. Thank God for Joseph Parker. Because I would have lost $1,000. So
that's what I'm talking about, yo. Like Joseph Parker ended it.
Joseph, man.
He got a little scapegoat. So G,
hey man,
I ain't even gonna get into it no more. But yeah, AJ did his thing last night. If anybody got anything other to say against it, what did he do wrong? He didn't get hit. He didn't look vulnerable. He did what he had to do. He took out his food, unlike Wilder. Period.
Salute to Jungle Jams in the building. By way of Japan, just a reminder, Inoue's fighting on the 26th, the day after Christmas. So make sure you find out when it's going to be shown and what network it's going to be shown on in your area. I know if you're in the U.S. on Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be in the morning on ESPN Plus, I believe. So so make sure you check that out. All right. I'm going to answer the question, but, I kind of forgot what the question was, G, so if you can just let me see it again. All right. Did AJ's performance prove he's back, or do you still have doubts? I never had doubts. I think sometimes when you look at the way the world perceives you, it can play a role on how you perceive yourself. And I think Anthony Joshua once said that he cares about what everyone says and he listens to everyone. And I always thought that was a bad idea because there are always going to be people out there who hate on you, people who don't like you, people who are going to be overly critical of you. And I feel like if you're AJ, you should only listen to the people who have your best interest in heart, like the people who genuinely want to see you do well. And so as long as they're with you, who cares about what anyone else says? And so I think that's what AJ's starting to realize. When he was approached by Jarrell Miller, and Jarrell Miller was like, yo, when you going to fight me? I love the fact that he's told him, like, yo, you're not even on my radar. Like, I got bigger fish to fry. Like what would I gain from fighting you? So, you know, I honestly believe that AJ's headspace is in the right place. And I think that's what he was missing. So for me, it's not about AJ physically. It was always about his mental. And you can see that when he was fighting Otto Wallin, he was like, yo, I'm going to throw hard. I'm going to stand in front of him and I'm going to make him feel the pain. And that's what he did. And Otto Wallin quit. And Otto Wallin was very confident going into that fight. But I do want to address certain things, particularly the people who are saying, oh, y'all are overrating the Otto Wallin win. Well, I saw Otto Wallin's not top tier. Well, let's talk about this for a second. Because when Fury fought Otto Wallin gave Fury a tough fight. Fury struggled with him for 12 rounds. He cut Fury, and some people feel like if it was any other fighter but Tyson Fury, that fight would have been stopped. And Otto Wallin would have had a victory, a TKO victory over Tyson Fury, the man who beat Deontay Wilder 2 times, but on my scorecards 3 times. So again, Otto Wallin was good enough to push Fury to the brink, but as soon as Anthony Joshua stops him, now people want to act like it wasn't an impressive victory. Oh, well, that's what he should have done to Wallin. So how come you didn't hold Fury to that same standard? You didn't hold Fury to that standard, but that's the standard you're holding Anthony Joshua to. Let's talk about how Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder. Oh, here's a perfect example. Let's break this back. So Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder the first time. The first time that he fought Deontay Wilder, it was a draw, right? Deontay Wilder dropped Fury twice in that fight. The second time they fought, Tyson Fury completely dominated Deontay Wilder to the point where Mark Brillen threw in the towel. Then in the third fight, he dropped Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder gets up, drops him twice. Then he finally knocks Deontay Wilder out cold in the 11th round, right? Tyson Fury gets all the accolades. He gets all the adulation. He gets all the credit for beating Deontay Wilder. Although most of us already viewed him as a hype job, Tyson Fury's career was made off of beating Deontay Wilder in those thrilling fights. Last night, we saw Joseph Parker, a man who lost to Joe Joyce, a man who lost to Dillian White, a man who lost to AJ, destroy Deontay Wilder. For 12 rounds, he did it better than Tyson Fury did in every single fight. Joseph Parker beat Deontay Wilder better than Tyson Fury did last night. No one questions Tyson Fury, his victory. So now we have 2 fights. AJ beat Otto Wallin better than Tyson Fury did, and Joseph Parker just beat Deontay Wilder better than Tyson Fury did. No one's questioning Tyson Fury and whether or not he's the real deal. Nobody's challenging Tyson Fury's resume. Tyson Fury gets full credit for his victories, but as soon as AJ does it, people question him.
What? Nobody questioned AJ.
Well, yeah, everyone's saying you just said you still have doubts.
Yeah, you still got doubts.
That's the first thing you said.
I'm trying to follow the reasoning because you're saying that no one questioned Fury, but Fury's about to fight Usyk, and we've seen Usyk like beat AJ twice. So that's why nobody's even mentioning Fury right now, because Fury has an obstacle right now that if he beats Usyk, it's like, hey, he beat Usyk, the same Usyk that beat AJ. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Fury wasn't doing anything right now, then sure, people might bring that up as, yo, who has Fury really fought or whatever. But he's about to fight arguably the best dude in this era right now. So I think that's why nobody's bringing smoke to Fury.
That's completely
You know what I'm saying?
irrelevant to what I'm saying because it doesn't.
But
negate-
I'm trying to understand why
it
you
doesn't
bring it
negate
up.
what I'm
Like,
saying. Okay, so I'm going to clarify it for you. What I'm saying is when Tyson Fury beat Otto Wallin, he struggled, went 12 rounds, and many people believe that the fight should have been stopped, right? And he beat Otto Wallin. No one questioned him. His credibility wasn't shot. Everybody's like, yo, that's Tyson Fury. Now that Anthony Joshua stops Otto Wallin, the man who gave Tyson Fury hell, Otto Wallin, who only lost to Tyson Fury, everyone's still saying like Otto Wallin wasn't top tier. But he still gave Tyson Fury hell. So he gets no credibility. So Anthony Joshua gets no credibility for stopping someone that Tyson Fury couldn't. People still have doubts. You said it yourself. You still have doubts. Although Anthony Joshua just turned in a better performance against Otto Wallin than Tyson Fury did. And in fact, if you want to dig deeper, Joseph Parker turned in a better performance against Deontay Wilder than Tyson Fury did in all three fights. But still, no one's questioning Tyson Fury. The questioning is only reserved for Anthony Joshua. People only question Anthony Joshua's wins. People only nitpick Anthony Joshua. And that's the point I'm getting at. I'm saying it doesn't matter if he beats Usyk, he would earn all the credit. He would earn all the credit. But what I'm saying is Joshua is viewed with a critical eye that Tyson Fury is not. And that's the point that I'm making. So you still doubt Anthony Joshua because you view him with a critical eye. And that's all I'm saying. And just on the point of punishment. Let's talk about punishment because we were just having this discussion about whether or not Joseph Parker softened up Joe Joyce for Zhang. Do you not think Tyson Fury softened up Deontay Wilder for Joseph Parker? But for Tyson Fury beating the brakes off of Deontay Wilder in their rematch and knocking them out cold in their trilogy, do you think that Deontay Wilder would have been as gun shy as he was against Joseph Parker in their fight? Because I don't think so. That's what happens when someone breaks you down, when someone pierces through your armor. That's what happens. The same way Joseph Parker benefited from Tyson Fury beating the brakes off of Deontay Wilder is the same way Zhang benefited from Joseph Parker landing those hellacious shots on Joe Joyce. And if you doubt that, then you don't know boxing.
Preach. Gino, come back? Nothing?
Come back for what?
All right.
Nah, he makes arguments that I've never said. So it's like, I don't know. It's like,
G, you literally
I
just
don't
came
think
at AJ, dog.
You never said that.
Like,
You
yo,
know, this is beautiful. That's why we started doing this show. Because G would pull this. He makes arguments I never said. You said it, and it's on camera. And we got it here.
Listen. When I'm talking about one fighter, I'm only talking about that fighter. Like, y'all make this assumption that anytime I critique AJ, I'm critiquing AJ in comparison to Wilder. I don't do that. Same thing with Benavidez and Canelo. I don't do that. I compare each fighter to each individual fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm comparing to the opposition that they're facing. I'm not big on Wallin at all. You know what I'm saying? Even in my predictions, I didn't say like, oh, Wallin's going to give him problems, this, that, and third. The only thing was, yo, he's a southpaw like Usyk, and that's where the comparison stopped. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I expected AJ to dominate Wallin. Like, I said that. You know what I mean? But I also expected Wilder to dominate Parker, and I was wrong about that. And I just admit it. I go like, hey, I was wrong. Y'all be making up
the thing is, you don't see.
I'm playing.
You don't.
I'm connecting all these kind of conspiracy dots. Oh, I'm not, bro. I'm like,
Nah,
I don't do all of
it
that,
ain't
bro.
conspiracy, guys. It's just simple logic. It's like, yo, you discredit Joseph Parker when I was like, yo, the man trains with Fury. Fury beat Wilder, and Fury could get in his ear how to beat Wilder. And literally last night, Joseph Parker applied that strategy: avoid the right hand and attack him, and that's all he did.
Yeah, but how about this? Again, listen, this is why I don't want to take anything away from Joseph Parker, because now it's gonna seem like I'm coming up with
you took everything away from Joseph
Yeah,
Parker.
you already did.
No, I
Joseph.
didn't. I'm not trying to.
You took everything.
Well, you just said anyone could have beat that Deontay Wilder.
Yes.
But I believe that.
Crazy to me that you don't see how you
that.
disrespected Joseph Parker.
All right, y'all want me
You
to
don't
lie?
see how you violate the man.
How did I violate? I gave him all the credit in the world. I was like, yo, salute, you actually beat Wilder. I was shocked. You know what I'm saying? But
Serious question. You think you gave him all the credit in the world, but at the same time, you said anyone would have beat that Deontay Wilder, and you don't see how that's disrespectful to Joseph Parker. Seriously.
How about this? Can y'all tell me right now that Wilder from yesterday, who would have lost to that Wilder? That's a top ranking heavyweight right now.
You consider FA a top ranking heavyweight? Because I think he would have knocked.
That FA would have beat that Wilder too. I honestly believe that,
bro. No, he wouldn't have.
All right,
no,
then we'll agree.
No, based on what? Who has FA? Here's what I'm saying to you. That this is why it's disrespectful. Who has FA beaten that you could even say is remotely as good as Deontay Wilder? Like,
see, that's what you're doing. You're comparing it based upon like who he fought in the past. I'm comparing it based upon what he did in the ring. Wilder was gunshot. Wilder forgot to turn into his punches. Wilder forgot
nothing Joseph Parker did made Wilder gunshot, right? There was nothing Joseph Parker did that made Wilder.
That's why I'm like, yeah, see, this is what you're doing.
What am I doing?
No, because you're trying to make it seem like I'm discrediting Parker. I'm not doing that.
Wow.
I'm saying Wilder literally, like, come on, son. He was going like this. He was doing a lot of stuff that's like, he didn't even know his own range of his punch, his bread and butter. He didn't even know how to set it up. This isn't the same Wilder of the Wilder from the Fury
I can ask you a question then. Is F.A. Ajapa as fast as Joseph Parker?
No.
So is it possible that is it possible that Joseph Parker speed barbered Deontay Wilder? Another question. Does F.A. Ajapa have the footwork that Joseph Parker has?
No.
So is it possible that Joseph Parker's footwork is what
Joseph Parker's
Deontay
wasn't spectacular last night? What are we talking about here?
Yo, bro, see, you're not discrediting Joseph.
It's not like he was doing anything that Wilder hasn't seen before. You know what I'm saying? It's just Wilder, for some reason, it's like he forgot how to box. Like, he forgot how to do everything that he used to know how to do. I'm telling you, man, it's like, that's why I was saying, yo, I think it's done for Wilder. Like, he just doesn't have it in him to even survive anymore. He doesn't even want to do this anymore. Like, it's just a different type of guy. It's no disrespect to Parker. I gave Parker the utmost respect. Yo, you got that. You won. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
you got that. You
wasn't like impressive, bro. I wasn't impressed by that. Wilder, that's not the same Wilder. We know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like I gave AJ the utmost respect. I was like, yo, salute to AJ. You know what I mean? Like, he seen the prey and he went for the kill. But I was never impressed by Otto Arlene like that. So that's why I'm just like, yo, it's whatever, dog. I need to see AJ with somebody that I'm like, yo, let's see if AJ can pull that off on that person. That's all I'm saying. There's no disrespect to AJ. There's no disrespect to Parker. It's just how I see it. Go ahead, Ned.
Yo, the thing with Arlene was he put up a fight against Fury. The thing about AJ and Arlene last night, AJ came and dominated that man in 4 rounds. He literally made that man quit on the stool. He was like, he don't want to go back in there. It's like he fought against Fury and he lost. He like, I'm done. Like, in 4 rounds, I'm done. I can't do no more. And you sit here and say, you still got doubts in AJ. It's wild to me. It's wild. It's like, gee, you're not even like. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to go cross lines and nothing like that. But for
There's
you
no
to
need
sit there and
to.
say you still got doubts in AJ after a performance like that, where he looked nearly perfect, where he didn't look tired, he didn't look exhausted, he didn't get touched, and he beat a man down. Pause. And you sit here and say you still got doubts in him with a man who went 12 rounds with one of the best fighters in boxing is insane. Where Fury's face was busted up early, and AJ busted his face up in 4 rounds. Pause. That's something insane. I'm done.
Go ahead, finish, man. You done?
No, yo, honestly, like, I mean, we can move on to the next topic, but I just feel like, you know, basically what you're saying is you're like, oh, you look at people from different standards or whatever, and you don't understand why when you say something about Wilder, someone compares what you said about Wilder to what you said about AJ. And for me, it's more of an objective thing. Like if you're going to be objective across the board, then you have to hold every fighter to the same standard. And you can't be like, oh, well, I'm lowering the standard for this fighter, but I expect more from AJ. Because if you're doing that, then people are going to call you out on the bias. And that's basically what happens. Yes.
But all right, that's fair. But is it bias? Like, and I use this example. TC versus Spence, right? Like, I've never seen Spence look that bad before, ever, right? And it could be other reasons why his performance was that bad. Could be weight, inactivity, 2 car accidents. It could have been a number of things that affected him in the ring. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, you still give TC the credit, like, yo, he just violated Spence. So I give him that credit, but I'm not going to pretend like that was the best Spence that we've seen. You see what I'm saying? Everyone has a bad day in the office. So I'm not going to be like, now because he did that to Spence, yo, TC could fight Canelo and TC's going to beat Canelo. TC's going to beat, whatever. I'm not going to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you had a great victory. No one's taking that away from you. But don't front like now, yo, this dude is, yo, you know what I mean? Nobody can stop them. You know, I don't believe that, bro. Like, I have to look at everything like an equation. All the variables have to be factored in. It's like y'all only look at, well, this guy's resume is this, so therefore, if he loses to this guy or whatever, yo, it's more to that, man. And not to mention styles make fights. There's a whole bunch of things that go into this. So that's why I'm like, I hear what y'all saying, but come on, man. Just because I'm like, yo, that performance was like, it was cool, it was cute. But when I seen AJ versus Usyk, I was shocked. I was like, there's no way Usyk's gonna win. And Usyk violated AJ. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of thing that I want to see from AJ. Like, I don't know, man. It's just different, bro. Like, would AJ do that against Fury? I don't know. I'm be honest. I don't think so. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that AJ won't beat Fury. But what I'm saying is that convincingly, I don't know. That's why I'm like, I'm not going to be like, yo, AJ's back because of that performance against Otto Wallin. That's all I was saying.
Yo, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but here's just to respond to your TC comparison, right? Mm-hmm. You can question whether or not it was the 2 car accidents. You can question all the other variables, right? But what we do know is those variables were still in place when Errol Spence fought Danny Garcia. He still beat Danny Garcia. Errol Spence still beat Yordenis Ugas. Yordenis Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao, who was the same Manny Pacquiao who beat Keith Thurman. And Danny Garcia is the same Danny Garcia who went and got good victories against Brandon Rios and showed he still has pop, right? So once Spence fights Terrence Crawford and he loses to Terrence Crawford, instead of giving Terrence Crawford the credit for beating Errol Spence, we're now looking at the fact that Errol Spence didn't look the way he looked in other fights, and we're looking for excuses instead of giving TC the credit for being the difference. And that's why I feel like the bias comes in. TC has dominated several other opponents, And we always question, even myself. I'd say like, yo, I saw TC dominate Kell Brook. And for me, I'm like, okay, but Earl Spence broke one orbital bone. Triple G broke the other one. How good was Kell Brook really? We seen him beat Sean Porter. I thought Sean Porter was gifted a decision against Dennis Ugas. I thought he was gifted a decision against Denny Garcia. So I'm saying, how good was Sean Porter really? Right? And in fact, Sean Porter was beating TC on my scorecard until TC went in there and stopped him. Right? So I'm thinking TC's not that good. Then he walks in there against Earl Spence, the guy who I think is number one, and dominates him. Now, to me, if I don't just flat out say, TC, you got that. You're the man. And I start looking at the fact, well, oh, maybe Earl was weight drained. Well, maybe Spence wasn't the same from the car accidents. Now I'm reaching because Earl was the same dude who beat Danny Garcia, the same dude who beat your Dennis Ugas, and TC. All I know is he didn't look bad until he stepped in the ring with TC. So me refusing to give TC that credit is me being a hater. That's how I look at it.
I mean, you were hating, you know what I'm saying? But but another last example.
I was hating. How about this in the comment section? I was joking. No, because I like to do this because I heard you say what you said, so everyone's here. Was I hating on TC or are you hating on Anthony Joshua?
What, bro? How about the answer could be both? You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not both.
Like,
it's not both. Everything I ever said about TC, yo, bro, pull the tapes. Anything.
Yo, it's cool. I don't care about that. Yo,
You're right. When G's about to lose, he wants to just shut things down. No, we're not going to shut it down. We're not going to shut it down. You want to take it there. Everything I said, everything. Why do you keep cutting me off?
It's irrelevant to the conversation.
It's not irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. It's like a reach for victory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thank you. Everything I said about TC was based on negotiations, based on him wanting 60-40 against Spence, based on him thinking he deserved 50-50 when he had no leverage. Everything I said about TC was based on seeing them actually fight, never disrespecting his talent. I called his resume into question, but I always stated he was good enough to beat Earl. When it comes to Anthony Joshua, G, you discredit all his victories. You discredit what he does in the ring. You sit there and nitpick at what he does. I've never done that to TC. Go ahead, TBE.
Yeah, G, it's like when we're on the show, we go 50-50. Like it's like there's a we examine both sides. For you, it's like I'm staying with my side, and you don't ever like see like the advantages the opponent has against the fighter.
Stop.
You never see the advantage. Look at Joe. Prime example, Joseph Park. You discredit him the whole time. You say he got no heart, he got this. I'm like, the way he went at Joe Joyce can be the same factor that can make him beat Deontay Wilder. You didn't even care to think about how Joe Joyce would perform against Wilder. Same. What is it? And what Kaden was saying about the TC and Spence thing, it's like Spence beat all the good fighters in his division. Just hear me out. Fix your face, G. Spence beat all the good fighters in his division, but then he stepped in the ring with TC. It wasn't his day. Who knows in the rematch? I think in the rematch, Spence would come. We'll see a better Spence. I don't know who's gonna win, but I'm gonna still pick. I'm gonna still pick Spence. But you know, the way you go about it when you got your fighters, you just like he gonna like Tyson Fury, he's gonna body Usyk. And I'm like, yo, Usyk is a tough fighter. He's actually skilled.
So I should flip flop like you. That's what you're saying. I should just be like, I don't know. So I'm just gonna say I don't know.
No, you're like, I'm riding with my team. But you see,
I should be punished for my convictions.
You know, here's a prime example today, y'all. G called the U-Haul and he's packing all his stuff up from the Wilder house because he's not rocking with Wilder no more.
Yo, Ned. All right. Thank you. Whatever. All right. What I wanted to say was this, right? Another example, right? When TC fought, what's that dude that we were like, yo, look like Hayden?
Nobody.
Gamboa.
Thank you. Right? Gamboa arguably did better than Porter. He did better than Spence against TC. He actually had a pretty decent performance against TC. I still wouldn't dare think that Gamboa could beat Spence or Gamboa could beat whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, again, it's just styles make fights, you know? So I just want to bring that in there where it's like, that's why I don't look at boxing the way that y'all look at boxing, like, because this person has, unless it's just pure, like, it doesn't matter what style, whatever style that person has, they just knocked everybody out or something, then it's a little different. But if a person fights like A, and then that person, you know, is dominant against B, but then B fights C and dominates C, but when C and A fight, they have like a 12-round banger or something, right? Like, anything can happen in boxing. It's boxing because different styles produce different performances. So when I seen what Parker was doing, and again, I guess my vitriol for Parker, that's a strong word, but has been his past performances. Now, this go around, Parker was taking it to Wilder, which I was shocked because he didn't do that with AJ. He barely did that with what's his name, Andy Ruiz. Like, he was afraid to fight these guys. And when he took it to Joyce ate them and then violated them. So I'm like, yo, Parker's done. And I was wrong. So now it's like Parker could make a comeback. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm giving Parker that credit. But I'm not jumping out the window for Parker right now because he beat a broken Wilder that was already broken when he got into that ring. It's what it is. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? AJ, I always gave AJ credit. Now, y'all mad at me because I criticized AJ more than Wilder, but it's like, yo, they're two different guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, AJ started off like, yo, he was a powerhouse, and he transitioned from being a powerhouse to like focusing more on boxing. You see what I'm saying? So just him doing that naturally will have more criticism than a guy that's like Wilder, who's from day one, yo, my goal is just to knock a dude out. I don't fight. I don't know how to box. I just knock dudes out. That's Wilder's whole MO. So it's like, what are we talking about here? The reason why I don't compare Wilder and AJ is because they fight completely different from one another. So when I'm critiquing AJ, I'm only critiquing AJ. I'm not critiquing AJ in comparison to Wilder and vice versa. Go ahead, Ned.
Your criticism, then you should say take your criticism with a grain of salt. Because the way you criticize these fighters, it seems like you don't acknowledge what they accomplished and things like that. And for instance, I don't want to bring up other fighters, but like when we come to Canelo Benavidez, you sit here and act like Canelo a bum.
Ned,
It's not great. That's a great. Hold on.
No, it's not great. Stop. You're wrong. You're wrong. I've never said Canelo's a bum,
Let
bro.
me finish.
Yo, but don't lie. Tell the truth.
I'm just saying.
Oh, no, you never said Canelo's a bum. I'm not saying that.
That's what I'm saying. He's making up stuff.
My fighters here, your fighters. Like,
bro,
if
I can, yo, here's what I think Ned's trying to say. And if it's not what he's trying to say, then this is what I'm saying. Okay. An example would be Canelo beats Caleb Plant when Caleb Plant is undefeated and champion. He beats him for his belt, and you don't give Canelo, or let's say you give Canelo credit for it, but you give him 80% of the credit. He does, like, say full credit's 100%. You give him 80% of the credit for doing that.
10%.
But once Benavidez beats Caleb Plant after Canelo already did it, doesn't even stop him like Canelo did, right? You give Benavidez 100% of the credit for beating Caleb Plant. And when it's pointed out to you that Canelo stopped him and David Benavidez couldn't do it, you say, well, he was holding too much. So that's why Benavidez couldn't stop him. And that's what I mean. One fighter, you give the benefit of the doubt. The other fighter, you give him a lower standard. But then when it comes to Canelo, your standard is much higher. And even when he does better, you still don't give him as much credit as you give the other guy. And if you can't see that, it's fine. We don't need to, you know what I mean?
Hold on, how about this? You ever heard the term heavy's the head that wears the crown? It's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? When you're the face of anything,
G,
you gotta accept criticism,
You're
bro.
not getting no cop-outs, G.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know
not
what you
copping out for nothing. I'm just being honest. Yo, and first and foremost, I've never disrespected Canelo. Like, that's what I don't like about this show sometimes. It's like, if I don't say anything, you guys paint a narrative that I've never said on this show, ever. I've never disrespected Canelo. I'm just like this. I want to see Canelo versus Benavidez. I've even said Canelo might most likely beat David Benavidez. I still want to see that fight. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, y'all just only hear, yo, G is team Benavidez, so he's hating on Canelo. That's not the case, bro. It's like, if Canelo's claiming to be the best, then fight the best. That's the only thing I've been saying. Y'all be like, yo, G saying this, G saying that. No, I'm not. I say the same thing about Tank. I say the same thing about anybody. You know what I'm saying? If I believe a dude is ducking, or, you know, another word for ducking, whatever we want to use, if I come to that conclusion, I say it. It doesn't matter if I like the guy or not. I like Tank, but hey, I think Tank's ducking. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, y'all crazy, bro.
Yeah,
like,
G.
whatever, yo. Let's go to the next topic.
Yeah, we can go. I think we should go to the next topic. We should go to the next topic. But I just want to say, like, y'all are funny because, like, I'm gonna tell you a bias I noticed from the chat. When I'm the one on the hot seat, everyone's okay with it. When everyone's firing, hold on, let me finish. When everyone's firing shots at me, like when TC with the TC stuff, and we had like thousands of people in here. We had people coming here who were so mad they couldn't even speak to me. People come in here and they all shooting flames at me. I take it in stride. It's all good. No one comes to my defense in the comment section. But as soon as the heat's on G, everybody's complaining and crying, whatever. Yo, it's
Kaden, can you mute G's mic?
Nah, I can't. I'm just saying.
Mute my mic. What? Watch your mouth.
You see, G controls the narrative. G been putting up all the comments that say TBE this, TBE that, Kaden this, Kaden that. And then when it comes to him, he get all the glory, get all the praise. G, stop playing with the narrative.
No, it's all good. No, he's not. Yo, Ned. In all fairness to G, he's just going through what's coming up. That's what's coming up. That's why I'm addressing it. It's not like he's, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I noticed, and it annoys me because everyone can be firing shots at me, dog. I could be going out like Queen Latifah and set it off, and everyone's going to just keep firing shots at me. Yeah. But G takes 2 little bullets, and everyone starts crying like, "Oh, don't do him like that."
I hear you.
Saying? Like, get the hell out of here. Just like the dude KTH for life. KTH for life is my dude. He's been coming to the show forever. He tell me stop yelling. Don't fucking tell me to stop yelling. Who you think you're talking to, bro? Like, yo, I'm just saying, like, dog, like, yo, I'm just saying, it just annoys me, dog. Like, come on, man.
Yo, that's all. Hey, yo, for the record, I'm not even upset. You know what I'm saying?
I know you not. I know you
disappointed. I'm disappointed in that.
I know you, G. I know how. Like,
G, I'll never lie, yo. You leave a comment on the screen for like, you can leave it on the whole time, and there be comments coming in. It's not flowing fluidly. It's just pick.
Yo, man, I promise you.
Pick what you pick.
Yo, listen, I even show the ones where dudes are hating on me. It's nothing to me, bro. This is like fun to me. To you, it's like, it ain't my fault. Your brain just can't function to speak.
No, that's not what I'm trying to get out. What I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, G sees what comes in and he picks. I can't put a comment.
Yo, Ned, I promise you, I just go straight down the line. No. And then before, I used to show everything, but the reason why there's certain ones where people be swearing, I don't show the ones with the cusses and stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like for the most part, I show everything, bro.
That's
like,
clear.
What you talking about?
Right now, we can show comments, but you're not showing comments.
All right, what comment you want me to show, Ned?
I don't want you to show anything. You can do whatever you want.
I wouldn't want you to try to show me a comment. Your brain of thought
off of G when G feels helps the show. All right, G, you're helping the show. Thank you so much.
Now, yo, I'm gonna say this though. Honestly, we all have our favorite fighters. You know what I mean? We all make certain picks out of subjective bias. And for starters, like I'll admit it. Like when I'm doing it, I'll admit it too. You know what I mean? The problem with G is he don't admit it sometimes. Like, yo, that's all I'm saying. Like,
no. I admit when I'm like forcing it. But I don't think I'm forcing it with AJ on this one. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Otto Wallin. That's all I was saying. There's no hate. There's no vitriol. I'm not doing all of that. I promise y'all. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Ned.
I'm just saying, we're not coming for your neck right now.
You can never.
As I should pull out the machete and like go crazy. We're not coming for your neck right now. Gee, I'm just saying, hold yourself a little closer. What you stay in the past, because what you reap, you sow, bro. Because you've been coming for AJ for a while now. But
yo, listen, one thing that y'all could trust on this show. Well, right or wrong, yo, I can admit when I'm right. I can admit when I'm wrong. I don't be strong and wrong. You're not gonna see me just deny to myself what I just seen. I just be like, yeah, that's crazy. You got that. You know what I'm saying? When Wilder does crazy stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. When Tank does crazy stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, when they're in the ring, these dudes are usually monsters. And so I give them credit for what they do in the ring. Outside the ring, that's when me and them part ways. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I'm not going to lie to myself. I never lie to myself. You know what I mean? If I believe something, I believe it in my heart of hearts because that's just how I am. They got to prove it to me. I'm that stubborn when it comes to my convictions. And usually, hey, not usually, but there's in an odd chance that I'm wrong. I come to the show like, yo, hey, man, my hands is up. I'm waving the white flag. I was wrong. My bad. Pardon me. You know, Joseph Parker, you the man. Salute. Wilder, shame on you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. I didn't disrespect AJ. I showed AJ love, and y'all found a way to say that I'm hating on AJ. That's crazy. It's like every episode, I'm like, I didn't even say nothing negative about AJ yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's all good.
I just address my man Rascal Matt. He said, "Do you all want to salivate over AJ and Wilder the whole time, or will you discuss any other fights?" We will get to other fights.
Other fights. Watch your mouth.
Yeah. That's the plan. I'm not gonna lie. We spent way more time than we anticipated. But if you watch this show, this has been ongoing since 2015. So you kind of gotta like understand that this is just how we get down. We've been having this argument. This show was built on this fight, by the way. Like technically. We would spend so much time arguing about this fight in the gym that like we would be in the gym for like 7 hours. And we were about to lose our gym memberships because we had half the gym on one side, half the gym on the other side, everyone in the gym arguing. That's when we were like, hey man, we probably should do this on YouTube. And also we want to keep a record because we have Slippery G here who always be like, I never said that. I didn't say this. And we got to pull the record out on G. Like, yeah, you did, G. Here it is right here. And G be like, whatever. So that ended up here today. So it was really that fight. So I know we spent a lot of time on this fight, but that's the fight that kind of got us to this point. But we watched more than AJ and Wilder. We got one more topic.
Yeah, because maybe we should jump down to the Dubois fight.
Yeah, I mean bump it, man. We had some more stuff, but yeah, let's just jump down to Dubois. I gotta set it up though.
All right.
Man. Although that's only one person saying they're tired of hearing AJ Wilder. We got a whole bunch of other people who may still want to hear the AJ Wilder stuff. I don't know.
She is the Carl Froch of this channel. Oh man, wow, this is crazy.
Yo, they done called you 78 Sports. Now they calling you Froch, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh man.
Oh, this fight right here.
They say Froch is crying. So this fight right here, to me, this fight became very entertaining after the back and forth between Daniel Dubois and Jarrell Miller. At first, it was one-sided because of Daniel Dubois. He didn't have anything to say, but Daniel Dubois went back to the drawing board, and Daniel Dubois practiced, and he rehearsed, and eventually he came up with this right here. So we're going to take a look. The first press conference, he got verbally abused by Jarrell Miller to the point where Frank Warren was stepping in to try to save Daniel Dubois. But then Daniel Dubois got a ghostwriter, and he came back with this.
I only have a few things to say to Jarrell. Yo, big baby. Every baby has a daddy, and I'm going to beat you like I'm your daddy.
Pause.
I don't know what card to read that on, but I'm happy you did it. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. Bring it on. Dubois just lost his virginity.
So look at how happy Daniel Dubois was to take that shot at Jarrell Miller, and I was proud of Daniel Dubois as well. But the fight was a good one. We're going to discuss it. But at the end of the fight, Jarrell Miller took to Twitter, and here's what he had to say on Twitter. Jarrell Miller wrote, or was it Twitter? Instagram. He wrote this on Instagram. He said, "I didn't quit like no B. Inactivity was the killer tonight. The real warriors don't quit. Rest and back to work. Congratulations to my little bro at Dynamite, Daniel Dubois. The shrimp came with it tonight and earned my respect. God is good all the time." That's what he wrote. So I'm going to turn it over to you, G. What was your reaction to that fight?
All right. Me personally, I thought that was the fight of the night. It was like the most entertaining. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why, for one, it had everything. It had urgency. Both gentlemen needed to win. You know, it had some weird stats. Like this dude was like 330 pounds. You know what I mean? Almost 100 pounds over.
I think it's
something. He was almost 100 pounds over Daniel Dubois. Crazy. You know what I mean? Daniel Dubois came in lighter. You know, like it just had the dynamics of like a great like fight. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I felt like I want to give Big Baby some credit. And the reason why is because if Big Baby could lose 20 more pounds, I think he would be a problem in the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? Now, walk with me. The reason why is because, like, the fact that he could last all 10 rounds in that size, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty impressive. It wasn't really until, like, the end of the 8th to, like, the 9th where, like, Big Baby started fading. You know what I'm saying? Like, before then, he was absorbing a lot of those punches that Daniel Dubois was landing. Daniel Dubois started getting tired attacking Big Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, like, there was a lot of rounds. Like, some of the commentators was giving it to Daniel Dubois. I was actually giving those rounds to Big Baby, like the second round, the third, and the fourth and the fifth. Like, those rounds right there, I thought Miller was winning those rounds. You know what I'm saying? And because he's pressing the action, he's getting in the inside, he's doing dirty work in the inside, he's forcing Daniel Dubois to work. Daniel Dubois was getting exhausted. And then out of nowhere, Daniel Dubois got his second win. And once that happened, it was a wrap for my man Big Baby. You know what I mean? So, like, it was real entertaining. So I'm hoping that, you know, after this fight, that that we don't forget about Big Baby. And I kind of feel like they're going to, because once Big Baby lost, I forgot the Hispanic commentator.
There's a topic about that. That's our next topic.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, my fault.
I know you're going. I know you're going. So that's our next topic.
All right. So the fight was fire. You know, I think Daniel Dubois, not Daniel Dubois, I think Big Baby should call for a rematch. just to fight it again. And I think he could get that, done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure that Daniel Dubois, because he beat Big Baby, that means he could go back and beat Joe Joyce. I'm not in that camp, bro. I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? But a rematch, I think, will be a good payday for both gentlemen. I think they should run it back, man. That was an interesting fight, and I would like to see if Big Baby got lost some more weight and had more time to train, how would that performance manifest?
Yo, there have been a few comments that are out of line. First, I think it was Andre Ward's Freshly Licked Lips. He said that Daniel Dubois is like the dude from the Green Mile. And what was it? What is it? Yeah. And Nissan Warrior said low blows on Miller don't count. His belly probably hangs over his crown jewels, which is so
that's taking me out. I didn't even see it, but that's oh my.
No, there was bad low blows though in that pause. There was
he had a couple low blows. I even said
both of them though. I think both of them.
And was it someone? Oh, Stokes said, "Listen carefully and listen attentively. G is awake." So he's agreeing with you, G. Ned the TBE.
Man, that was the longest 10-round fight I've sat between in my life, like sat down and watched in my life. Like I could have sworn I caught the first 2 rounds. It was going so smooth. Like it's just starting up. Then I missed like 4 and 5. Then I wake up 6, 7, 8. And at one point, G. I don't know if G could attest to it because his eyes were shut. But I had to wake up G like, yo, wake up, it's about to happen. Because we watched the fight after it happened, but we already knew the decision, or we already knew the outcome of the fight before after the fight happened. But when we saw the knockout, Dubois did your man's dirty, G. He did your man's dirty. He did him so dirty. Like I was again. He hit him so hard, the sweat got him.
Relax the narrative. He's not my man's. Relax.
He's your man's. He's your man's. He's your man's.
Yo, man, you gotta watch what you. Yo, man, you first of all, you talking too loosely. MD said G and TBE sleeping together.
Pause yourself. It sounds crazy, sir.
That's not what I meant. Yo, we watching the fight. Hey, yo, it's just like, it's like when this knockout coming, because I could have sworn when I saw him box rec, he said like 7th round or something like that. So fell asleep the earlier rounds. I fell asleep the earlier rounds. When I woke up, I was like, yo, when is coming? And I stayed up the rest of the fight. But when Dubois was knocking this dude out, sweat literally got splattered onto the camera. And then I was like, yo, I see specks of red. Like, I'm like, yo, he literally like got his blood. Like, he hit him so hard. Jarrell Miller's blood got on the camera, and I'm like, ain't no way. Like, I've never seen that in my life. Like, every fight, it's crispy clean. And then, like, you saw specks all over the camera. I'm like, oh, the cameraman did his job that night. Like, you ever see them world star fights? It's like, can somebody please just hold the camera steady? The cameraman was right there ready. So, dude, I don't think he should run a rematch with Big Baby Miller, but I would like to see a fight with Big Baby Anderson, because these two, Dubois and Anderson, are 2 young fighters, and that's the 2 I want to see get in the ring. I want to see Anderson get tested instead of being like scared and like thinking he's gonna grow into something bigger than what he already is.
Yo, I don't know who Betty is, but Betty's been wilding in the comment section. Dominic Brazilian. Why is that even a comment right now? I know it's a cap at Dominic Brazil, but I'm just like, yo, what? All right. This fight was, to me, a very entertaining fight. I thought, one, I want to give props to Big Baby Miller. He took a lot of vicious punches. His punch output dropped. And I do know that a lot of people, including myself, we're going to automatically go to the PED usage. I mean, he was a guy who once had a high punch output, and he was a guy who utilized his weight and movement better than he did in his fight against Daniel Dubois. With that being said, he took some vicious shots, pause, and he stood up and he took a beating. He tried to win. He looked like a bad version of Joe Joyce in there, right? But nonetheless, he came to win. He didn't come to lay down. He didn't come for a check. He came to fight for his career. And in many ways, that's admirable to me. So I want to give props to Jarrell Miller, right? But I do want to give the biggest amount of props and a shout out to Daniel Dubois, who I think had a moment where he grew up, because there was a moment in that fight where I thought Jarrell Miller was turning it up. Jarrell Miller had landed like an overhand right. Jarrell Miller put the pressure on him. It was one round I gave Jarrell. I mean, I don't know how many rounds I ended up giving Jarrell Miller, but it was the first round I gave Jarrell Miller. I think it was like around 4 or 5, where Jarrell Miller really, I felt, put the pressure on Dubois. And Dubois, he started to look gas in this round, and I thought, oh man, Jarrell Miller's breaking him down. Like, he's going to gas out. But I think Dubois got over that mental roadblock, because the next round he started moving and jabbing. Then he started controlling Big Baby Miller with the jab, and that's when he figured it out. And then another moment where I was proud of Daniel Dubois was he rocked Big Baby Miller in the 10th round, and Miller kind of taunted at him and tried to like psych him out, like, oh, you're not hurting me. And Dubois realized, like, oh, he's hurt. And Dubois jumped on him and started just unloading shots.
He leaned on that rope, looked at the ref like, you're not going to stop it.
Nah, they said there's actually a clip where they went in, they zoomed in on Jarrell Miller, and what he said, he looked at the ref and he said, I'm okay.
Oh, it
So
looked
he
like
did
he
was
like, yo,
I gotta give it. I think that's why Jarrell Miller wrote that tweet, because I think people are thinking that he looked at the ref and asked the ref to stop it.
Yeah,
but when he fell back, he looked in. People were ready to get him. They zoomed in on it, and you can see what he said. He said, I'm okay. So he looked at the ref and he said, I'm okay. So he didn't look at the ref and ask the ref to stop it. But it did look suspect. Trust me, I was ready to get Jarrell Miller if he quit, but he did not quit. The referee jumped in. I think it was, there were a few seconds left in that fight. The referee could have let him take like 3 or 4 big shots, and who knows what would have happened. But I think the ref did a good job stopping it. Like, why let him take that punishment?
His eyes were pleading.
his mouth said, I'm okay, but his eyes said, stop it.
Yeah, yo, he looked crazy. I was like, dang.
Oh, God.
But listen, I don't want to give this dude a life, like a lifeline or whatever, but yo, he's mad entertaining, man. We need that in the heavyweight division, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they should run it back. Like, I thought it was an entertaining. Entertaining, everything. You know what I mean?
I don't think they should run it back. But I would say this to everyone, and you need to be truthful with yourself. Would you have been as interested in that fight as you were without Jarrell Big Baby Miller's antics?
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't think the answer is yes. Like, even for me, like, at certain points, I felt more excited. I was more interested in that fight than seeing like the other fights. Like, definitely under Wilder, Parker, and Joshua Varlin. For me, it was Dubois versus Miller. So yeah. We can go on to the next topic.
All right. Next one is Jarrell Big Baby Miller finished, or do you want to see him again?
So G was pointing out one of the commentators had made a statement, and it's we kind of want to know if people's thoughts on it. We're going to give our opinion. Do you agree with this statement? So here's the statement. It says, Commentator Darren Barker, after Daniel Dubois TKO 10 Jarrell Miller, he stated, "We have just seen the end of Jarrell Miller." Commentator Sergio Mora, "Good riddance. He got the beatdown he deserved." So the question is, do you agree with him, or do you want to see him again? I'm gonna turn it over to you, G. What do you got to say?
It might be finished for political reasons, but I want him to continue on because he brings a different type of energy to the heavyweight division. Like, he has a gift of gab, you know, like, it is weird the fact that he's so big, you know what I mean? And it's not like me personally, I think if he lost 20 pounds, maybe even 30, I think that would be ideal weight for Miller to do a lot of damage in the heavyweight division. Because if he could do what he did last night at like 330 pounds, yo, man, just imagine this dude could get dropped down to like 300 flat or 290 or something. This dude would be an animal, you know? So, like, I think, I don't know, man. And it's tough because, you know, Big Baby disrespected his trainer, his promoter during one of the press conferences, and you know, so, and I don't think Eddie wants to work with him. You know what I mean? I don't think Eddie wants to work with him. So it's gonna be tough for Big Baby, you know, like, but man, maybe, hey, you know what? Maybe Big Baby could, if he makes enough noise, maybe he could make a fight with Wilder right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? And then maybe this could be Wilder's opportunity to redeem himself, you know, and prove to the world that he still got something, you know. So if Wilder could like knock out Big Baby, especially with their history, you know, I think that'd be good for both gentlemen, especially right now. If Wilder wants to continue on, he's gonna need a victory. And I think Big Baby, you know, could provide that for him. As long as he ain't Big Farmer, I think Wilder should be A-okay, you know? So I think, yeah, man, I would love to see this guy. Or even if he could, I don't think the other Big Baby Anderson would take the fight. I don't think he was really that focused in boxing. But it'd be nice to battle the Big Babies or something, you know? So maybe Bob Arum could take him in, but if not, man, it's looking like, yeah, it's over, bro. You might want to go back to being a bouncer or a security guard or something.
All right, TBE.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I like Big Baby. He made this. He actually hyped up this fight, and he low-key reminds me of, like, he's the U.S. Derek Chisora, where he can sell a fight. And he has no skill. It's like, gee, last time Big Baby lost weight, he cheated. And you tell him go on a strict diet, which I don't think he can do. But I like Big Baby Miller. Like, yo, he's a funny guy.
Now, listen, if he only trained he said he had like a 4 weeks training camp, right? Like,
yeah,
he could lose the weight, bro. Like, yo, when you
he
train
showed
for
up,
you just shed
like
weight
he
quick.
does every fight. He didn't show. I would have been like, yo, if he like looked like 10 pounds lighter, I've been like, salute. We've been talking about this fight since like October. He had a whole month. He didn't look like he trained once.
Yo, Nat, you do know he went 10 rounds with Daniel Dubois. Hard punching Daniel Dubois.
Yeah, getting hit.
Yeah, but yo, think about it.
What was
Absorbing
the
those punches
outcome?
for 10 rounds and you can still
What
be
was the
standing
outcome?
at 330 pounds, bro. That's impressive. You know what I'm saying?
What was the hey man? First of all, we fell asleep most of the rounds, yo. G, don't forget that, yo.
Hold on,
You
Nat. This is
fell
the difference
asleep.
between me and you, right? I pay for my pay-per-views. So even if I do fall asleep,
G,
I wake
I
up and I
watch it.
watch
Yo,
them
G,
again.
don't
Hold
do
on,
that.
hold on,
Like,
hold on.
now you're trying to act like
Nah,
G.
hold on.
3
No,
rounds
Ned.
went by. G, I
No,
swear.
Ned.
I swear.
This is the difference.
3 rounds.
Again, this is the difference between me and you, Ned. I actually pay for my entertainment, right? So
G.
if I fall asleep, I can always just wake up and watch it again, which I did. I woke up and I watched the whole 8 hours all over again.
That's
That's
cool.
between me and you. So
That's
you keep
cool.
bringing up me during your segment, and it's like, yo, fam,
I didn't bring up
you know what I'm
you.
saying?
I
Like,
brought up we.
yo, listen,
We fell asleep.
I'm not
And
doing
you
Dubois.
called
I'm
me
not
out,
your
like
dad.
when I woke up and I looked, oh damn, G knocked out. I woke you up at the 10th round. This
All right, listen, people, I like to apologize. This is what happens when man has nothing to say, so then he starts talking about stuff that has no relevance to the topic. It's like, yo, this dude, it's like, yo, fam, if you want to go to sleep, then you talk about you sleeping. Why are you talking about me, fam? That sounds mad suspect. Like, this dude's sweet, son. Like,
Yo, hold on.
At the floor, like I said, we fell asleep.
Yo, can I
like,
stop you both for a
second?
second? Timeout. One, I think you both need to take
That's
time off
crazy
to
when you
take,
said we fell
to take
asleep.
this, to take this more seriously. But I do want to give a shout out to Paul Vanderheeva, the Boxing Bros supporter who actually made our logo. And we rock with it. It's dope. We love it. Got it on a hoodie. So I want to give a shout out to Paul Vanderheeva. All right, yo, Ned the TBE. On some realness, man. Like,
the fight was boring when it started. It was boring, but I swear, I woke up. Dubois was getting him. And that 10th round, I was just like, I thought, yo, Big Baby, he was just latching on for life. And he was just tired. Yes, if he lose weight, maybe he'll be a better fighter. But the only way he loses weight is by injections and other things like that, because he doesn't have the discipline. And we know that his track record shows that if Big Baby takes, like I say, he takes boxing seriously and enjoys his career and makes it more than what it is, he could be a phenomenon in the sport. But he's our American Derek Chisora. He's just gonna sit here, talk trash, and get knocked out at this point. And that's all he's been. That's all he can do. He can run his mouth, but he can't run his legs in the ring.
the doctor sleep strikes again comment. That's good. That was a good. That's a good.
Did
right.
I miss it?
No, it's what's it? Is it Gore Guruga? It says Doctor Sleep Strikes Again.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's
that's just out, Ned.
Yo, word. Yo, that was crazy.
And I like to point this out. G sees it and he posts it. But when Caden says, point this out, he posts it. So that's all. That's all. I'm leaving it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. The comments, G, the comments. You post.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
What comment have you ever asked? What comment have you ever asked us anyone to post?
I have never asked because I don't
why
know.
Why are you pointing it out like it's something?
I'm saying G posts the comments. It's never mind. Give me 1 second.
Man, still can't even think out loud, yo. That's crazy.
Oh my god, this is wild. All right, so I want to see Jarrell Miller again. I think Jarrell Miller is at a point in his career where he fumbled the bag against AJ. He got the suspension. He was inactive, obviously. He had some comeback fights. He fought Lucas Brown. He didn't look particularly good in that fight. He didn't look good in the other fight, but he looked much better in this fight with Daniel Dubois. So he's forever evolving. Well, I should say he's showing signs of going towards the right direction. And at the end of the fight, he said he wasn't in the best shape, and he knew it, and he knew that. And I think that he was trying to bully Daniel Dubois. I think part of his confidence came from the fact that he saw Lorena, a cruiserweight, put Dubois down 3 times, and he saw Usyk beat Dubois with a jab, and he saw Joe Joyce beat Dubois, and he thought that he would be able to bully him. And for the most part, he was competitive in that fight. Now, I didn't give him as many rounds as G, but at the same time, I do think that Big Baby Miller was competitive in that fight. So he definitely was someone fighting for his career. I don't think it was wise for him to disrespect his trainer. I mean, not his trainer, but his promoter, the way that he did. But at the same time, if you're a promoter, you got to understand that fighters are emotional. Fighters are on edge, especially fight week, especially the day before the fight. And of course, like, fighters want to be paid. And if you're not paying them on time, then you got to expect that. So hopefully his promoter can overlook that. With that being said, I do think there's some good fights out there for Jarrell Miller. I think a full training camp, and if Jarrell Miller actually sticks to the diet, puts in the work, Jarrell Miller versus Jared Anderson for who's the real big baby, like the fight is built on loser has to change their nickname. So you got Jarrett Big Baby Anderson versus Jarrett Big Baby Miller versus Jarrett the real Big Baby Anderson. Loser has to change their nickname, right? Then you have Jarrell Miller versus Otto Wallin, right? Now, I think that's a good fight. We saw them both lose on at Riyadh season, but again, I think Otto Wallin deserves another shot. I mean, he gave Tyson Fury a tough fight. He lost to Fury. He lost to AJ. To me, he's still top tier. Like, he's a guy who can make you look bad, right? You got Gerald Big Baby Miller, who will talk it up. And there's a clash in personality. Otto Wallin's normally reserved. Gerald Miller's going to talk trash. The people who watch the Day of Reckoning, they're going to be familiar with both fighters based on watching them on the card. So that would be an interesting fight. I think Jarrell Miller versus F.A. Ajapa is a good fight. Jarrell Miller versus Deontay Wilder, of course, the bad blood there. I think that's a good fight. And lastly, I think Jarrell Miller versus Joe Joyce is a good fight. I'm not saying he'd win those fights. In fact, he'll probably be underdog in most of them. But I do think if he does get himself in good shape, he'll give a good showing and maybe even surprise people. So I don't want to see the end of Jarrell Miller. I get it. He's a 3-time cheat, 4-time cheat even, maybe. I don't know how long this goes back. But if he was clean in the ring against Daniel Dubois, to me, he deserves another shot.
Yo, and I like to add too, I meant to say this in the previous segment. I didn't like the fact that they were talking like if Daniel Dubois loses this fight, then his career is over. Like, Daniel Dubois is like a young guy. He's in his 20s. And I feel like Frank Warren fast-tracked Daniel Dubois. They were trying to replicate the Anthony Joshua formula, which a lot of fighters, we don't fast-forward dudes like that. You know what I mean? Like, especially in the U.S., right? Like, all the heavyweights in the U.S. is like a gradual progression. With Daniel Dubois, it was like, all right, we got a champion, yo, let's put him in there with the Wolves. And it's like, okay, so he fell short against Joe Joyce and Usyk, right? But me personally, I thought he did the best out of all the heavyweights against Usyk. He was the best one. You know what I'm saying? Like, now that punch to the body was controversial, whatever. But nonetheless, like, he did something that the other guys couldn't do. And his battle with Joe Joyce, and we all knew Joe Joyce was definitely a juggernaut. And we seen what Joe Joyce did to Parker. So it's like, is Daniel Dubois really like a bum? You know what I mean? I kind of felt like, we should provide him grace. Even if he lost, luckily for him, he won. But it's crazy that they were like, his career is over with if he loses to Big Baby. I'm like, bro, he's mad young. He can bounce back. You know what I'm saying? These are just growing pains right now. So I just wanted to salute Daniel Dubois, on how he took that fight serious. And it just touched me when he was like, when he shouted out his pops. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was dope, man. Because you always see him with his father and everything. And, especially how Daniel Dubois was violating him. Not Daniel Dubois. Big Baby was violating him in the build-up. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that, he won that and he dedicated that to his pops and stuff, I thought that was a beautiful thing.
All right. I think we can move on to the next one.
All right. Oh, now you back? You joining us?
Already spoke on it.
All right, Bivol dominates Arthur, but was it enough to score? To scare the other Arthur, Beterbiev. You know what I mean?
That's right. So he dominated Lyndon Arthur, but wasn't enough to scare Arthur Beterbiev. I'm gonna turn it over to you, G. What you got to say about that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This was the least impressive fight for the night for me. I felt like Bivol should have he should have took it more to Arthur just to get him out of there, man. Like it was mad long, man. Like I wasn't really impressed. Like he did good, Bivol did good, but I wasn't like, oh my goodness, yo, this is the Bivol that's gonna violate Beterbiev. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I did like how Bivol was talking at the end, where it's like when they'll ask him about, Canelo, he's like, yeah, I'm past all of that. At this point, I'm focused on my division. So that tells me he wants that Beterbiev fight. So I think that's a good look, and hopefully he gets that fight, man. But it's not like what he did to Arthur was anything. And again, I know people gonna hate on me for this, but I'm just being real. I was never really impressed with Arthur's style. Yeah, he has a decent jab, but that's all he has. And so, yeah, it was just, I thought Bivol could have did a lot more to get this guy out of there earlier. But, Bivol just plays it safe, man.
All right, Rachel, Merry Christmas. Have a good one. Ned the TV.
Man, I ain't see this fight. I don't even want to speak on this fight because I didn't even see it. But we all know.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate your honesty, Ned the TBE. Yo, I've been called a Bivol hater. We talk about how G's known as a hater. I'm gaining the title of being a Bivol hater. I just stated I'm not really impressed with Bivol like that. He beat Canelo, but to me, Canelo was a smaller guy moving up there and to be great, and he came up short. Like, I don't think Bivol's special. I mean, I don't want to say he's not special because I feel like that is somewhat hating. I think he needs to do more to prove that he's special. I mean, he had a tough fight with Craig Richards. He beat Canelo, the smaller guy who's moving up in weight to challenge for his title. And, since then, he was on the shelf. And then now he comes in against Lyndon Arthur. But here's what you got to think about Lyndon Arthur. Lyndon Arthur got a decision over Anthony Yard, and I felt like Anthony Yard actually won that fight. If I recall, I think I scored it for Anthony Yard, and they had a rematch, and Anthony Yard stopped him, right? Anthony Yard stopped Lyndon Arthur. Then Lyndon Arthur's fighting Dimitri Bivol, and Dimitri Bivol can't stop him. Anthony Yard just got stopped by Artur Beterbiev. I know cross fights don't really tell you much, and Dimitri Bivol is a skilled boxer. Like, Dimitri Bivol has good footwork, fast hands. Dimitri Bivol is highly skilled. There's no doubt about it. But there was one moment that I'm going to take away from that fight that strengthened my belief in Artur Beterbiev beating Dimitri Bivol. Was Lyndon Arthur hit Dimitri Bivol to the body, and he kind of backed up, and he looked hurt. And he didn't throw any punches, and one of the commentators was like, oh, well, I'm not sure if he was hurt or if he just backed off. Nah, he looked hurt to me. And I'm saying, if Lyndon Arthur's hurting you to the body, Artur Beterbiev getting to your body, you may not get up. Bivol's like Shakur, dominant and boring. Yeah, I mean, it started to look repetitive. I don't want to get at Bivol because he didn't knock out Lyndon Arthur, because I do think that's just some fighters' skill set. Some fighters have the skill set to knock you out. Others have the skill set to just dominate you for 12 rounds. Like, that was the difference between Floyd and Manny, I feel like. You look at the way similar opponents, you look at the way Floyd beat him, and you look at the way Manny beat him. Manny beat him just like knocking him out quicker most of the time, whereas Floyd would have to box him and get the decision. I mean, they both knocked out Hatton, but Floyd took longer, and Floyd went the distance with Cotto, but Manny Pacquiao stopped him. Again, when they got in the ring, Floyd still outboxed Manny Pacquiao. So you never really know, right? But to me, Artur Beterbiev has to dominate better fighters for me to be impressed with his performance. I already knew Bivol was faster, more skilled. I pretty much check every box in favor of Bivol. So there's no shock that he dominated Lyndon Arthur to me. He's a very good boxer. I take nothing away from him, but I'm just not impressed with his performances. I need to see him do that to Artur Beterbiev for me to come here and be like, yo, that dude Dimitri Bivol is special. That's where I'm at with Bivol right now.
Colin Smith ain't chinning no Beterbiev, yo. Watch your mouth.
Who said that? What?
You've been fucking son.
What? Stop playing, man. Hey, listen, man. All right, we're not there yet, but when we're there, you come back here and you pick. All right, so we can move on to the next one.
All right, Opetaia stripped of the IBF belt before the KO of the year performance.
Yeah, so he was fighting Azoro, who was a solid, undefeated fighter from the UK. And if you missed it, he had a vicious one-punch knockout. I'm turning over to you, G, man. Like, what's your thoughts on Jai Opetaia being stripped of his belt before the fight and his performance on Day of Reckoning?
Man, he got the ring belt, so it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, the ring belt tells you, yo, I'm the boss Don Dada of this division. You know what I'm saying? So, and he showed it last night because when he hit homeboy, my man was knocked out before he landed on that ground. You know what I mean? And Opetaia was so angry, yo. I was like, damn, yo, you losing your belt got you that tight? Like he was still upset even after like he knocked dude out. He just looking at him angry. When he's taking pictures, he was angry. I'm like, bro, do you celebrate? You know what I'm saying? Like, but nah, man, that dude's a beast, son. Like, yeah, salute to him, man. That was highly entertaining, man. I look forward to seeing that dude some more. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and I think he's from Australia, so salute to Boxing Bros Australia. Y'all got one over there, you know. So, yeah, and it's funny because I thought he was from New Zealand at first. Because he sounds just like Joseph Parker. Like, they talk alike. But then I could have sworn and they said something about Australia. I was like, oh, all right. You know what I mean? He from that other down under. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, that dude, he's a beast, man.
The other down under. All right.
Why you clearly have no clue. What you talking about? No clue about what?
Yeah, elaborate.
Whatever, man. You know,
Go ahead, TBE.
Yo, in the words of Tommy Davidson, who are these boxers? Because I ain't gonna lie. I ain't see it. I ain't gonna speak up. I just saw it. I saw it because it was 1 round knockout. And that knockout was vicious, but I don't know who's Opetaia and I don't know who dude he was facing. So who are these boxers?
All right, Jai Opetaia is a very good fighter, and when I saw him fight Marius Briedis, which was probably fight of the year, really, it could have been fight of the year. Looked like his jaw was coming off, and still he was able to hang on and win that fight. Like,
yo, that was him.
Yeah, that's him.
When I broke his jaw, I was like, yo, he looked familiar. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah, and
that
if you
was
remember,
him?
Yeah, and you remember Briedis is the one who gave Alexander Usyk all he can handle in their fight. So I do think that he's the real deal. It's sad that he went through all that. If you look at what he had to endure in his fight with Briedis to even win, fractured jaw. I think they said he fractured his jaw in like 2 places. So most people, they said, don't even recover from that injury to come back and be fighting at the high level that he's at and be stripped of his belt. I think that's disrespectful, like, to his plight, to his journey. Someone said, why was he stripped? Because of mandatory obligations. But to me, this is where I feel like the IBF and some of these sanctioning bodies are just looking to create email champions and trying to get more sanction and fee money and all types of craziness. What's the benefit of stripping Jai Opetaia? He's clearly the best cruiserweight in the world. Even if you give the belt to someone else, everyone's going to know that they didn't beat him. He's the guy. So for me, his performance, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect a vicious one-punch knockout like that, but the fact that he got that one-punch knockout, I think it's a statement. I think it's a testament to his frustration. I think he's probably one of the most exciting fighters that many people don't know about. And I think it's because of his division, the cruiserweight division. When you talk about the cruiserweight division, it really doesn't get that much love. But Jai Opetaia is the real deal, and he's really good, and he's really exciting. I thought his fight with Breedis could have been fight of the year. His knockout over Zorro could be knockout of the year. I know someone said they think Rayo's knockout over Colbert is knockout of the year, and that's a candidate as well. He's a very good fighter. It's unfortunate he got stripped. I'm not a big fan of he's just the best known cruiser. I mean, I don't even know if he's the best known cruiser, to tell you the truth. But I do hope that, you know, he gets more notoriety, because I've seen 2 fights from him where I thought, wow, great performance. The victory over Breedis and his victory on Day of Reckoning over Zorro. So to me, you know, that dude he's nice with it. All right. What's the next one?
Next one is, which fighter had the best performance on the Day of Reckoning?
Oh, yes. Ned the TVE. You can go ahead, man.
Man, AJ had the best performance, man. No, I'll take that back. Joseph Parker had the best performance, because I like I said in my predictions, I felt like I told you my mind was saying Wilder, my heart was saying Joseph, and I said everything Joseph Parker would do to beat Deontay Wilder, and he literally did that. He literally applied the strategy with training with Fury. I know Fury would probably train with him, told him like, "Yo, move, dodge the right hand, hit him, dodge the right hand, hit him," and that's what he did. And every time there was some, because I was on the edge of my seat the whole time that fight. I was like, "Yo, it's not over." Just like, damn, Wilder's done, Wilder's finished. I'm like, no, it's not over, because Wilder can catch him at any moment. Like, yo, Wilder throw a crazy right hand and it's over with. But I thought that was the best performance, because it gave me the best. It gave me the greatest feeling and reward. Pause. Can't enjoy life no more.
Parker listened to Ned's advice. That's all right. G.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say the best performance of yesterday has to go to Danny Dubois versus Big Baby. You know, reason why it was evenly matched, and it was a good back and forth. You know, so it was an entertaining fight. You know, and the press conferences, it was those guys that carried both press conferences. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I thought Danny Dubois was like, you know, every Big Baby has a daddy. I thought that was hilarious. It was corny, but because it came from a corny dude, it was like something you could laugh at. So, you know, I like the chemistry, you know, the build up. I like even the chemistry in the ring, you know, and I like the respect at the end that both of them showed. You know, like Daniel was like, "Oh, we're boys now," and you know, Big Baby showing love and everything. So I think that's what it's all about, man. It's like you could disrespect somebody, but in the ring, you know, and I don't. This sounds crazy, but pause in advance. boxing is pretty intimate, right? These guys are doing things that majority of the world will never participate in. You know, like they get paid to like essentially kill each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a bond that I think a lot of them they understand and they're aware of. So the fact that the build-up was kind of rocky, but at the end it's just like, yo, man, this is all in the nature of the sport. It's all good, it's whatever. And again, I want to see that fight again. So that's my pick. But if my honorable mention for best performance would be my man from Australia, his knockout. Although it was just one round, it was still pretty impressive.
Say his name.
Opetaia. Did I say it right?
I think it's Opetaia, I believe. Opetaia.
Hey man, you know how it is. You know
Yeah, we do our best, man. Sometimes we mess up pronunciations. All right, to me, it's two candidates, Jai Opetaia and Ajit Caballel. Now, Jai Opetaia was expected to win, right? But Ajit Caballel was expected to lose. And the guy he was fighting was so overrated. My God, bro. Like, everyone was calling him like the monster. Everybody would talk about how intimidating he looked. Everyone would talk about his size. And like, he even tried to psych out Ajit Caballel. Like, but like what I loved was before the fight even started, like normally, you know, they call the fighter to the center of the ring. Ajit Caballel was standing in the center of the ring, just icing him, like grilling him, like, what's up? Like, he refused to be intimidated. And then once the fight started, you started to see the levels. He was using his movement. He was hitting to the body, switching to the head. He was making and now I'm about to mess up his name. Magmadov. He was making Magmadov miss so wildly he would just go off balance. And then you can see the body shots from Caballel breaking him down. And it was like everyone was still talking about how intimidating he looked, right? But once he went down from one of those body shots, it was like, you know, that air of invincibility was broken. And everyone was just like, wow. And you can see Ajit Caballel just taking it to him. And the funny thing is, I owe Ajit Caballel an apology because I remember when he was named as a potential opponent for Tyson Fury. I was like, yo, this dude, are you serious? Like, he's not that good. This is an easy fight. They're picking easy fights. But after watching him fight, he's a really skilled fighter, a very intelligent fighter. And it's not like he's a cakewalk. He's not an easy fight. And it's not to say that for Fury, he wouldn't be an easy fight for Fury. But just because Fury makes it look like an easy fight doesn't mean he's not a good fighter. And I think he proved on that night that he's a serious contender. And I think his stock went up the most that night. So for me, the best performance, Ajit Caballel. That's who I think had the best performance.
All right, let's go to that next one. Which fighter had the worst performance on the Day of Reckoning?
All right, I'm going to go to you, Ned the TBE, man. Who you got?
You already know I'm going back and back. Deontay Wilder. Like, I thought he was going to be gun ho. He's going to let that thing loose, and he didn't do it at all. So for him, losing Joseph Parker, it's not a surprise because I felt it in my spirit. But to go out like that and not show like you have any like you took out Helenius quick and you couldn't take care of Joseph Parker is crazy. And you say he could go good for 12 rounds. All I need is one. And you didn't give us one. You didn't give us one at any time in the fight. It's crazy. So Deontay Wilder had the worst performance last night. And that's all.
All right, G.
So yeah, I agree with Ned. It has to be Wilder, obviously. But honorable mention has to go to what's his name, Junior Farr, because my man from Cuba violated homeboy. Like,
yo, say his name. Frank Sanchez, yo.
Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he violated this dude. He dropped him, I think, 3 times in that fight. You know, like, so I don't know. I don't even think, because I remember when Junior fought Parker, he didn't even get dropped by Parker. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy. Heavyweight division is funny like that. You know, but that dude Sanchez was not playing. You know, salute to Canelo's camp. You know what I mean? Was it the no boxing, no life? You know what I mean? Them dudes took it serious. My man was not playing, violated Junior Fall. Like, Junior Fall had no business being in the ring with homeboy. You know, so I thought that was dope. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but Wilder definitely disappointed, man. He went to bed real bad. You know, so yeah, it's gonna be Wilder and Junior Fall, man. They gotta step it up.
Someone said Frank Sanchez is nearly 50. He's still younger than Luis Ortiz. So
Yo, you know Frank Sanchez looked like Jay Electronica, yo. He's like the Cuban Jay Electronica. You know what I'm
He
saying?
really do. He looks like that.
Jay Hanukkah. All right. Yo, so check this out. There are 2 candidates for the night. The obvious one is Deontay Wilder. The second one, I don't even know his name, and I'm not even going to bother to look him up because he's the guy who fought Philip Hrgović. He just looked like he showed up for a check.
Oh, yeah,
As soon as Philip landed flush, that dude just took a knee and looked like he didn't want to get up. Like, I'll be honest, if I was a part of, you know, the Saudis and the promoters for that fight, I would dock his pay. Like, I would question if he genuinely gave it all he had. It looked like, are you serious? Even you could tell even Philip Hrgović was disappointed. Like, bro, are you serious? Like, he didn't want the knockout that way. He didn't want the knockout that way. So to me, it's either between that guy and Deontay Wilder. But the reason why I'm picking Deontay Wilder is because we all expected Philip Hrgović to beat that guy. Deontay Wilder, at least we thought he was going to knock out Joseph Parker, or it was going to be a competitive fight. I shouldn't even say competitive because we all knew that Joseph Parker would be winning on points. We thought there would be some danger there for Joseph Parker. Like, Joseph Parker would have to overcome a few right hands, maybe even get up off the deck like Fury did. But there was none of that. And for some reason, Deontay Wilder thought it was a good idea to just sit on his right hand and not throw it. Like, I text the group, Deontay Wilder not throwing his right hand is only helping Joseph Parker. Like, I don't understand why he's sitting on it. I mean, he's 41 and taught himself boxing via YouTube, Caden. Who, the guy who got stopped by Philip Hrgović? I mean, okay, you taught.
Is that for real? Hold on. He taught himself boxing from YouTube videos?
I don't know if that's true, but even if that's true, right? My issue isn't with his technique, his skill set, or the fact that he lost. My issue is with the fact that it looked like he had more and he just refused to give it. Like, it just looked like in the first round, he just stayed down and just refused to get up. We got Dollar Bill in the building, so I don't know if you're able to speak, my brother.
Yeah, I'm able to speak, man. I'm sorry, man. What's good?
All right, let's ask you, who you think had the best performance on the Day of Reckoning card? The best performance.
The best performance?
Yeah.
I don't know. That dude had the crazy knockout, man. When dude.
Oh, Jai Opetaia?
Yeah, he had a crazy knockout, man.
Wow.
That was crazy. He left dude like looking up in the skies. But you know, the popular one would be my man AJ, and the worst one would have to be the homeboy. You know, watch him fight Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Gun on safety Wilder. Gun jamming Wilder.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, disappointing Wilder. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, but shout out to for runners up for me, got to be Daniel Dubois though. You know, because with all the trash I done gave him a lot of, you know what I'm saying, junk. You know what I mean? It all started from when he started talking about Joe Joyce's mama, and it all started from there. You know what I'm saying, with me and Daniel Dubois. But he got rid of the drug cheat. You know what I'm saying, and he did it in impressive fashion. He showed that he belonged. You know what I'm saying? There was some people that was talking about making Daniel Dubois and AJ, making it like a bodybuilders fight. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Daniel Dubois is ready to step up to that level yet, but
yeah.
All right, so I guess we can move on to the next one.
All right. So next topic. I think it meant to say, would you pay to see the card like Day of Reckoning in the future?
Yeah. I'll ask Ned.
I ain't paying for this because they stole my whole flow. I brought a box of money. I created this joint. And they want to sit here and take it and give me no credit. It's crazy, yo. Yo, I'm going to get into litigations and we're going to lawyer up. And, I'm going to get my bag. G, fix your face. I said it first. I said this like 2 years ago. Now it happens. It's crazy, yo. But I think it should be an ongoing event every year on Boxing Day. And then boom. Make money. Easy as that. But they stole they jacked me. Blind. It's crazy. They stole my property.
All right, G.
Yeah, I mean, I would. It's just, that thing gotta be pushed back to a later time, man. That was dumb early. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought it was supposed to start at 4. I log in at 4:30, and they're like, "Yo, Wilder's up next." I said, "Wilder's up next." I'm like, "Yo, all of those fights I missed live because the show was so early." I'm like, the call must have started at like 12 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like, that was just too early, man. So, hopefully next time they do it, they use Eastern time. You know, like this was crazy. You know what I mean? And I don't know. And I was trying to debate, like, should I call? Because I purchased the fight through ESPN Plus. And I'm like, yo, should I complain about the AJ fight not having audio, seeing if I can get my $40 back? But then I'm like, yo, G, it was only $40, yo. So, hey, man, listen, for that card and for $40, that was a great price. So no complaints over here. I just had issues with their sound, man. That's all.
Dollar bill.
Soundman went to go get a drink. That's what it. He was off that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm with it. Yo, I didn't even get to catch it when it happened. I had to buy it and then watch the replay. You know what I'm saying? And I had the opportunity to watch it for free. But I was like, with a card like this, with the friendly price that it did, I have to support and I have to purchase it. And I think it is dope. And I will continue to purchase them and continue to support if they put on nice cards like this for good money. I think it was awesome.
Yeah, I agree with everyone. What I will say is I actually came up with putting all these big fights on one day. And then Ned just said, "Oh, call it Boxomania." And now he thinks he came up with it. But, I mean, it is what it is. But it's exactly what I envisioned when I said what I said. I think at least once a year, the promoters should come together and put all their fighters on the card and make the big fights that people want to see. So say, for example, if you're Top Rank and you got Tyson Fury Top Rank in Queensberry promotion and you're the Zone and from promotion for Riyadh season, or even if it doesn't happen in Saudi Arabia, but you still want to continue this, it can happen wherever. Put the cross fights on and put it contractually that you're going to put your best fighters against each other once a year. So that way you have the opportunities to win the belts back. It'll make for good promotion. Certain people are always gonna PBC is always gonna have their lovers, right? You know, the Protecting Boxers Company. They're always gonna have the PBC lovers, right? So there's always going to be people who love Eddie Hearn. We're starting to see this. The promoters are becoming are building fan bases just as much as the boxers. So once you start putting them together against each other, right? Everyone's going to start watching. I think it's going to make it a big event. So one, if I was all the promoters contractually, I would make it so that, yeah. What was it?
They just said the commentary sucks on the zone, especially Sergio. Yo, that's why I went to ESPN, right? I thought I get to hear Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley. You know what I'm saying? And then when I get there, I'm like, the zone. I'm like, what's all of this the zone stuff? I'm like, oh man, they got me. You know what I mean?
I actually think Chris Mannix sucks.
I know, and Sergio.
I don't think Sergio sucks. I think Chris Mannix.
Yeah, Sergio know boxing.
Yeah, like so. You got 3 former world champions telling you that Lyndon Arthur's doing okay, and you're downing them. And I'm like, of all the 3 people speaking, you're the one who never tried to get in on a fighter who's just clearly better than you. Like, you know, but you, and then Sergio said to him, you got 3 former champions telling you this. And he goes, yeah, maybe that's why you're former champions. It's like, bro, you never was champion of anything. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
chess club.
Oh, like how? Oh, it's just I'm like, yo, the dude, like it just sometimes just kind of annoys me. I'll get like even Tony Bellew, he can be long-winded and he can go on. But what's the dude? Artie, like a few times the way he cut off Tony, I'm like, yo, relax yourself, buddy. Let my man Tony Bellew do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not gonna lie. When Tony Bellew was talking about Devin Haney, he was going on. Like, I'm like, damn, Tony. Did you praise him enough, Tony? Like, golly, man. Just so. But anyways, getting back to this, I do think, right? It's great, and I do think all the promoters should come together once a year and put their best fighters against each other. And I think there should be something in the contract that states that they'll do it once a year. And that way they all get a chance to win their titles back. Because what's happening right now is certain promoters have a monopoly on certain divisions and they're keeping other promoters' fighters out. Like, for example, PBC has the welterweight division on Smash, right? And they're not trying to give up the belts. Top Rank has the junior, it's the lightweight division on Smash, and they're not really trying to give up them belts like that. So I feel like if we did that, we get better fights, bigger fights, and boxing would be bigger. So like, I'm not saying you have to do it all the time, but at least once a year, and then everyone will look forward to the big spectacle and whatever. But if it can happen more often, I'm for that too. So yes, I hope it happens again.
All right. Next up, the block is hot.
Okay, I gotta set this up. The block is hot, man. So if you're from the hood, you always dream of one day being in a position to come back and buy the hood, right? Well, Gervonta Tank Davis was in that position, and then all of a sudden he's still in that position, but you know, even there was some haters on insurance job. You can let us know what you think it is, but we're going to take a look at it and then we'll discuss it after we watch these videos. So just giving it a second to load up. All right, here it is. All right. So first we're going to take a look at Gervonta Tank Davis buying the block. Okay. So here's the video.
First day in December in the year 2023, signed by myself, President of City Council, Nick Mosley.
Right. Give it up. Give it up.
First day in December.
All right. So this is always funny to me about when I see Gervonta Davis, like the GTD. If you remember that Martin episode when Tommy was on the stand and Tommy and Martin asked Tommy, like, he's looking at his book. He said, "What does GTD mean?" And Tommy goes, got the draws. And he was like, oh, got the draws. And he just walks away. So every time I see that, that just, all right. So here's what happened after they announced that Gervonta Davis bought the block. Calvin Ford posted his trainer the next day.
That's hate.
You can see the fire truck, the burn, the charred bricks, the fire department's out there. I'm sure this is after they've put out the fire. You see it smoky. So, some people are saying, that it's an insurance job. Some people are saying, where was Devin Haney? All right, G, I'm gonna turn it over to you. What's your reaction to that?
I just think it's hate, man. I don't believe it was an inside job. That'd be like foolish to do it on the very next day. Like, so I have to believe Tank wasn't buying other people's blocks. So people that are still paying rent on in the project building down the street didn't like what he was doing. So, they had to regulate, but it is what it is, man. Hopefully the insurance will cover all the damages. But yeah, it's definitely unfortunate, man. But I don't think it was an inside job at all. I don't think Tank is that foolish, especially of his stature and magnitude right now, that he don't need that type of negative publicity right now. So it has to be some haters.
Wasn't that a TV? Isn't that his boy? Dollar Bill, you there?
He's probably riding AJ's back right now. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, in that case, I'll just roll. Yeah, it's unfortunate that in life sometimes when you're doing well or you're trying to accomplish things, there's always people trying to hold you back. It's funny to say like the insurance money joke, but in actuality, it wouldn't make any sense for him to do that. And he's already on house arrest and probation. So if you add that into it, he's just basically asking to spend his life behind, well, not his life, but to spend a significant time behind bars. Because as I understand it, he has a suspended sentence as well, which means that if he gets another charge, then he's going to have to serve out his actual sentence that he was given. So no, I don't really think that he would be a part of it. I think hate is real, and there's some people who just don't like you or don't want to see you succeed. And they hear Gervonta Davis is buying a block, and it triggered something. G also said that there are probably people who were bidding against him, trying to get that block, trying to get that development, and they lost. And so, boom, once that happened, they try to get at him. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about it, really. Hopefully, he can go on his plan, regardless of if you think Tank is ducking, Devin's ducking, this and that. That's what's happening inside the ring. Outside the ring, they're people, they're humans, and I love to see them all do well. And Gervonta Tank Davis buying his block back will inspire so many young people, and is a testament to his hard work in the ring. And people burning down the development and doing all that stuff, that's just haters trying to deter you. But Gervonta Davis should take this as a sign that not only does he need to rebuild that block, but he needs to build his money up and buy another block just to make those haters mad. That's how I see it. All right, I see you, Dollar Bill, man. What's your reaction to haters burning down the block on Gervonta Davis?
Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say about that. You summed it up nicely.
All right, TBE.
Nah, what is it? What is it? Like fires happen at random moments. Yes, there's some owners who be like, they'll do some arson just to collect some money, but they get caught up back in, once fire department do the investigation. And I'll tell the story right now. My car, I left it on lock. I don't know why I did. It was like a couple years ago. I left it on lock. And somebody came in and just set it on fire. So I feel for Tank. Like, yo, you got to have your property. You trying to do good. I ain't a malicious person. And they set my car on fire. I found the footage. It's somewhere in my like stories or whatever. They set my car on fire for no reason. I didn't do nothing wrong. I don't know this person. Never ran into him again. But they set my car on fire. And this could have been a technicality because literally like 2 days ago in my neighborhood they built this new structure and it caught on fire. They didn't even finish completing the building. It caught on fire. So I understand like maybe somebody was hoarding or hiding or using the building looked abandoned. So maybe somebody was staying there or trying like or they were starting construction. We don't know. We don't know the what was going on, but fires happen, and it's always like be grateful, be blessed, like because when I saw that, it's like some people get displaced by the during the holidays, and it's not a happy story because now gifts get burned, trees get burned, people got to move around, they don't get to live their life, so I don't think Tank did it. I don't think there's no scam behind it. It's just a technicality of where like life happens.
Ned dropping
somebody
bars.
did do it, but they're not coming forward. But it wasn't Tank.
All right, so with that being said, we're gonna move on to
our last topic, the Inoue predictions.
Our predictions for Nayoa Inoue versus Marlon. The name is gone. That's all right. Versus Marlon Tapales.
Let's go.
All right. Starting off with Ned the TBE. Let's go.
Inoue. Knockout decision, split decision, unanimous. Inoue.
All right. That's it. You heard what he said. Trill Dollar Bill, the champion of the little guys.
And again, once again, he's going to be undisputed champion in another division. Just give him the belt already. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anything that Tapales can do against. He's outgunned. It's not even fair. You know what I'm saying? He can land one of these lucky punches from the boxing gods, but it ain't going to happen. That's not going to happen. Anyway, it's just going to be dominant. It's not going to 12. It's not even going to 10. I'm going to say it's going to be over. I'm saying like fifth, sixth round. You know what I'm saying? Once again, anyway, it's going to be undisputed in this weight class. We're going to be talking about him in the next one. You know what I'm saying?
All right, G.
After this, I'm just going to say this. After this, once he wins, you got to put my man up there. You got to put the little guy just got up there on the pound for pound scale. You dig? You know what I'm saying? You got to start talking about him at 1. You know what I mean?
That's very ambitious. All right, G.
I don't know much about this Marlon guy, so obviously I'm gonna stick with my man. I'm gonna stick with what I know. So I know that Inoue is a problem. So far, I'm gonna stick with my man's, the one that I know. You know what I mean? But salute to Tapales, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if I butchered your name, pardon me.
Yeah, I mean, Inoue's already up on my list. He's at like 3 or 4 on my list. At number 1, I don't think beating this guy is going to make him above TC on my list or Usyk. But but TC's already 2-time undisputed. First male to do it against well-known opposition. Like, I'm just saying, like it's impressive what Inoue's doing, but like again, TC jumped up from 140 to 147. That's 7 pounds. Even if you combine the pounds that Inoue has jumped together, wouldn't even equal 7. And Daniel Dubois just fought a dude who outweighed him by 100 pounds the other night. And so I'm out. Whatever. It is what it is. It's a subjective. I give Inoue props. He's 3 or 4 on my pound for pound list. And I think he's one of the most exciting fighters in boxing. I think Inoue would be bigger if he fought on Saturday nights, when the world can watch him. When you talk about why Inoue isn't the superstar, I think he has the potential to be. If you watch his fights, you know how exciting they are. I think it's because he fights on Tuesday mornings. And Tuesday mornings, I don't know if Tuesday mornings are ideal for anyone. Like, I know it's not ideal.
It's nighttime over there.
I know, but I'm saying in the U.S., I know it's not like ideal for us. But what about in the U.K.?
Yeah, I think the fight's coming on at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
See what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, for us, it's inconvenient. What about for the UK? It's a Tuesday at what time? I just don't think it's convenient for most of the world. But because, you know, he is Japanese, and I understand he wants to put on for his country, and he wants to do it where it's convenient. Yeah, Inoue gets 14 million. I'm not knocking Inoue.
14 million?
That's what I'm saying. Remember what I said globally. I'm not saying Inoue's not a star. I'm saying globally, the reason why I don't think he's a global star the way he should be.
You know, you can't say nothing.
I know. People don't listen to what you say, man. Just be like if Inoue fought on Saturday nights, I think he'd be huge globally. You know, but other than that, I think Inoue is going to destroy the dude. I think there's only there's only 3 fighters really you can make an argument for putting above Inoue. And if you had Inoue above them, I wouldn't even argue at this point. I think Terrence Crawford, 2-time undisputed, Alexander Usyk, undisputed in cruiser, fighting to become 2-time undisputed on February 17th, right? Canelo Alvarez, and then Inoue. And to me, those are the only fighters you can put above Inoue, and I'll be like, all right, cool. If you have anyone else above Inoue, then you just don't watch boxing on a Tuesday. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say. I know G's looking like he want to say Devin Haney right now, but you know,
but
he's not above
the way you structured your list. Yo, Haney got to take a backseat. It's cool. You know
yo, come on, bro. I know G so well. G was looking like, where Haney at on that?
Haney on 10. He 10.
He's definitely
as long as Haney on the list, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I know. However you got those top 4, I understand. I'm not going to argue with you, but as long as they're the top 4, I'm cool with it. All right, so that's really it. Is there anything else?
No,
Lovejoy's the people's champ.
For real, free Lovejoy.
He's locked?
Nah, I'm just saying, like, you need to fight again. Let him out the cage, yo. He gotta be out here, yo. We need Lovejoy, more Lovejoy.
All right, dog, Bill, man. I don't know if you want to take us out, man.
You already know, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us, man, and watching this live. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. That's G, that's Kate, and that's the TBE. I'm Trill. You know what I'm saying? You rocking with the boxing, bro.
Hey, happy birthday to Trill Dollar Bill. Also,
you already know.
Before we sign off, bro. Hey, yo, man. What's good with the joint, man? The anthem. What's good with that?
Oh yeah, we gonna drop that. That's for the new year. We're gonna have to go crazy for the new year. I got a joint right now called "Live It Up" on my page. Go check that out right now. So live it up. But you already know the beginning of the new year, we about to drop something real crazy because I'm dropping my project on January 13th. So we're gonna do a real BIG, man. So it's already.
Oh yeah, fellas, man, we gotta
come up with a date for the wrap up.
Oh, wait, we got to come up with a date for. Oh, yeah, we got to give out the awards, too.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. Yeah, so be on the
lookout.
Yeah,
all right, cool. So we'll probably drop the song the day of the yearly wrap.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Y'all be good. Much love, much respect.